Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week, Red People Despair. Everyone is throwing a chair, and what's Diana Riggs got under there?
Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who rewatch podcast in the world. There are no others that exist because they were all turned into dolls or something with Victorian Yorkshire or red people. I don't know, I don't really understand it. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful companion, although I don't really know about that, as we go on this fantastic journey through time and space and rewatch all of Doctor Who. Hello, Lawrence. I had to do that for the second time. That was my second time doing the intro because you ruined the first one.
I don't know if I ruined it so much as just questioned one aspect of it.
And was you right to question that one aspect of it? No. You was wrong. Okay.
I was confused and I required elaboration. Is what happened.
And you felt the best time to wear that confusion was during the middle of me reading the introduction, which was great news for everyone. And also, let me just point out, this is our 100th episode, by the way, all right?
Yeah.
The big one, the big money one. 100 fucking weeks we've been doing this, all right? Not really, because we did 2 in the first week. So 99 weeks, I guess. And yesterday, I said, I can't remember, one of us said, let's do a special intro for the 100 special.
Yeah.
And then you went, yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah.
And that was it? That was
But you didn't think that was special?
What was different about that to one of your usual intros?
I thought it was quite nice. I thought it
all right. But what was different about? You thought it was nice, sure. But what was different about it to your usual intros?
What was different is that I spent a lot of time thinking, and then I thought, I'm just going to go with what I know, and that is the rhymes. All right, because I tried to think of a special.
All right, okay.
thing.
And how is that special?
It's special to me. It's special to the good people listening.
Is the answer. It's not. Okay. It's not,
special is a concept, all right? You can't define what special is. It's different to each and every one of us. And to me, that was a special intro. No, I tried to think of some other stuff. I thought about there's a way maybe we could... No, I did, because I thought maybe there's a way we could swap it off so we're both involved for the first time ever. But then I thought, we do this over Zoom, there is a delay. All it's going to do is take us 8 goes to get it right, and it will probably sound like just naff. So I thought, I'll just do a classic one. And then what I was going to do was immediately be like, hey, it's the 100th episode, and chat about that. But now we're starting on a bum note.
Hey, it's the 100th episode. Let's chat about that.
I forgot about it being the 99th technically, because we did do those 2 episodes to begin.
It's not the 99th, it's the 100th episode. We've done 100 episodes. Well, excuse me. I've done 100 episodes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You've done, well, including this one, 98 now. You have missed 2 of them. Okay.
That's pretty good innings. 98 out of 100 is not bad. I'm happy with that.
It's not 100.
No, it's not, but it's not bad.
You're not allowed to celebrate 100 episodes just yet, okay?
I have to wait for 2 weeks.
You have to wait 2 more weeks before you can celebrate 100 episodes, okay?
Okay. All right, fine. I was going to say a quick one, just to say thank you to people for listening. We normally say thanks to people for listening at the end of the pod, but I thought it'd be a nice moment at the start just to say, this is cool that we've been able to do this for 100 episodes and people still listen. It's an incredibly niche area to podcast within, that being watching a small British show. So, yeah.
I wouldn't describe this as a small British show. British, yes. It's not small.
All right, small in comparison to like the global scale. Like there's people like it's big
Doctor
to
Who's
us.
Doctor Who is a big show. You tell me a bigger show than Doctor Who, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Friends.
Okay, fair. But tell me a show that's on currently that's bigger than Doctor Who. Not one that ended 20 years ago. Okay, and I would argue Doctor Who is bigger today than Friends is today, because it's not been on for 20 years.
Yeah, I guess. But I think if you asked more people, they would know Friends more than they'd know Doctor Who. Just Doctor Who has an ongoing situation, obviously.
Yeah, but the longer that goes on, the more people will forget about Friends. and the more people will still know Doctor Who, assuming it's still on.
All right, I'll take your point. To be fair, I can't think of a show that's... I'm going to think of a million when we stop recording, and it's going to eat me alive.
Because there isn't any. There isn't any. Name one show that right now that's bigger than Doctor Who.
I just said I can't. Maybe, I'll tell you what, maybe Stranger Things. That's massive.
No, not as big as Doctor Who.
When it's on, when it's like airing, when the like season is coming out, it's definitely bigger than Doctor Who, I would say.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Look, I never thought I'd see the day I'm batting for Stranger Things. Right? This is a role reversal.
You weirdly hate Stranger Things. You haven't even seen it, and you're so like, I fucking hate Stranger Things.
You say I exaggerate a lot, right? I have seen 3 of the 4 seasons of Stranger Things that are out, and I liked one of them, thought the second was fine, and the third was also fine.
Oh, get over it, man. Calm down. Anyway, you're always talking about how you hate Stranger Things. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us for 100 weeks. It's a wonderful thing. To be honest, I don't think either of us had any sort of inclination the show would grow to the way it has. We recently passed over 200 members in the Discord this past week, which has been a lot of fun. There's always great conversations going on there. We really have built a really nice, fun little community with this show, and it's so lovely, and I don't think either of us have really expected that once we started it 99 weeks ago. But
99 weeks ago. Yeah, it's baffling. It genuinely, to get sappy for a second, it's lovely, and it's introduced us to so many cool and nice people, and I think it's introduced other cool and nice people to other cool and nice people. And I'm very chuffed. If I'm happy about one thing about this podcast, it's that it's given people an outlet to chat and people to chat about Doctor Who and just other stuff in general. It's connected people through a common shared interest, and I think that's really fun.
And Lawrence doesn't talk to any of them.
I do. I'm in that Discord, from time to time.
Yeah, once a week he'll be like, "Hey, anyone seen any movies?" And then he's dipping again.
No, I'm voting on these polls. They're quite fun. The ranking stuff.
I'll be honest. I can't stand the polls. They do my head in. I'm not getting involved in the polls. All right, I'm staying clear of them.
Why don't you like them?
I don't know, because I go on that channel. There's we have a polls channel where people can put a poll, and there's so many of them. There's so many of them, and I can't catch up on them all. So I'm staying clear of all of this. All right.
Yeah.
I wash my hands of the whole thing. All right.
It's one of them where if you go in too deep, if you read one message and it interests you, you go, oh my god, now I've got 3,000 messages to catch up on.
Not me. Couldn't be me. I'm staying clear of the polls. All right. But hey, there's other stuff in there I enjoy. So.
There is other stuff in there. It's a really active Discord server, to be fair. The link to join is in the show notes if you're interested. But yeah, come along, have a good time, have a fun chat with some people. And yeah, we'll move on to the episode. But thank you for sticking around for 100 and hopefully another 100.
What did you do yesterday?
I went to the grand opening of a local co-op. Nathan, is what I did yesterday.
I know you did.
Look.
Why? Why is that something that you're choosing to spend your free time doing? Going to the opening of a local co-op.
Look, they had a little band.
Was the mayor there cutting the ribbon?
No, I don't know who cut. Funnily enough, I actually missed the ribbon cutting.
Outrageous. So you've just gone to a shop then. That's all you did, isn't it? You just had planned a whole day out around going to a fucking co-op.
Look, it wasn't a whole day out. I was there for maybe an hour, if that. Right.
An hour in a co-op is insane.
No,
right?
Not in the co-op.
Any more than 5 minutes in a co-op, and you are truly insane.
There was a van. There was a vendor van with some
Come down
crumpets.
to the co-op. They've got a van.
You're being facetious and you're not letting me get my point out, all right? It was a fun experience. There was a band there, right? There was a little, those people that dress up in those big suits. There was a coffee cup because there was a coffee shop that was opening next to it at the same time. That was fun.
People dressing up in big suits?
Yeah, like a mascot kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you just meant a suit, but 2 sizes too large for them or something. Hey,
just their dad's suit.
Look at this guy. He's got a suit, but it doesn't quite fit him. Whoa. The attractions we have here at the local co-op.
Look, it was a good time. I'm not all right,
sad I did it. So the highlights of this co-op opening are a van and someone in a coffee mascot costume.
Look, it's a local little community thing. It was a nice little event that was happening, and I went down because I'm excited about having a local shop. I've lived in a series of places that haven't had a local shop within walking distance, and that frustrated me. So I was over the moon. I was happy that Co-op was opening, and do you know what? I'm not ashamed to admit it. I became a Co-op member. That's right. I get 2% cash back on my purchases. And I'm happy about it, all right? I'm not ashamed of it at all.
You disgust me.
You not got like a club card or anything?
Yeah, I don't use it though. I really shop at Tesco.
Who's that spiting?
And I don't really shop at Tesco, so I don't get a chance to use it.
Oh, okay, all right. Look, yes, I've definitely changed as a person. I'm not going to deny it.
Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed your day out at the local Co-op.
Thank you. It wasn't a day out. Fuck, do you know what? It's fine.
That's how you described it to me. You said you're having a day out to the local Co-op for the big ribbon cutting ceremony.
It was a morning out, if anything. And I had fun. And I had a little coffee after. Well, I didn't have a coffee. I went to the coffee shop and I had a water. You don't drink
coffee?
No,
you had a water. You've made it more boring. You've somehow made it even more boring. Coffee was too exciting of a concept for you, so you've gone for a fucking water.
I'm trying to eat and drink more clean, and I don't like coffee, all right? I just had to have my water. It's fine. Some people I was with had coffees. They were having a good time.
If I could get in the TARDIS and show 2017, 2018 Lawrence, this person in front of me, he would look at you with disgust. Okay.
Look, you're not wrong. I get it. I understand. But I had a fun morning out, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
And you call me old. All right? You're always joking and making fun of me for being older than you, and you're having a day out to the Co-op. Whereas I just stayed in bed all day like a real person.
That's old. So that's the entire fucking thing of the grandparents in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's you
Lawrence,
in bed all day.
Anyway, we don't have time to discuss that.
Now we don't have time.
Lawrence, this is Still Got Legs episode 100.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Right on time.
Shut up. And yes, it is. This still says Journey to the Center of TARDIS. It's the Crimson Horror, written by Marky Mark Gatiss, directed by Saul Metzstein, season 7, episode. It says 12, but I'm assuming 13, or is it 12?
It is 12. Yeah, it is 12.
Yeah, okay. Right. See, I knew that. It's episode 12, season 7. All that shit. You know how I do it.
You changed one aspect of it, and it was just the number of episode it was.
I threw myself off, all right? I don't know. And I haven't maybe updated my notes. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, here we are.
Here we are indeed. What do you reckon? What do you reckon of the Crimson Horror?
What do you reckon of the Crimson Horror?
I want to hear. Tell you what, do something special for the 100. I want to hear your thoughts first. We never hear your thoughts first.
That's not true. I'm pretty sure I did mine first last week.
No, because that's your thing. I always say, "What do you think?" And you go, "What do you think?" That's like a little joke we do.
And what do you think?
No. Oh damn, he got me. All right, fine. Isn't it really? Just a big fart. Dull. Bit boring, if I'm honest. Just. They've got an extremely capable performer as maybe the most undercooked Doctor Who villain we've had in a long time, and the plot is a bit dull. You would think, they did something interesting because the Doctor and Clara are not really in it for the first 15-ish minutes, but then that just they don't do anything much interesting with that, and the resolution is. I genuinely laughed at how kind of chaotic and lazy the resolution was. But I don't know. It's a low point for me right now. We're hitting a bit of a slog. And I want to stay positive because there's elements I do enjoy. But it is a bit... This is stinker 4 in a row for me now. What about you?
Well, that's interesting. Because I actually have a big plate of mashed potatoes.
You are joking me.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good.
I would not call this episode dull at all. All right, I think that's. I think that's. I was going to say insane. That's probably an exaggeration. But I would not say this episode is dull. I would not say this episode is boring. I would say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's good. All right? But it's not dull or boring. It's so fucking dumb and stupid. All right? And it's bad, but it's fun. It's fun. It's ridiculous, dumb fun. I laughed a lot during this episode. All right? And laughed at how ridiculous and stupid it was, sure, because it's not good. And I laughed at the writing, and I laughed at some of the choices and everything like that. But I laughed. I had a good time watching it. I was not bored.
One of them so bad is good.
I was never... Well, no, not even that, really. I was never like, Jesus, I really fucking wish I wasn't watching this right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no, I had a good time.
Fair enough. I can't say I had that amount of fun with it, but... I'm excited to hear where you had fun. Where do we open up? Let's get into this.
Why don't you tell me where we open up?
All right, I will. It's in Yorkshire, 1893.
Yorkshire?
Yorkshire. I feel judged.
Yorkshire. You said it like an American saying it.
Yorkshire. I've always said Yorkshire. Have
right.
I not? Is that wrong?
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
No, it's not Shire.
Yorkshire.
Sure, yeah. Yorkshire.
That sounds weird to me. Yorkshire sounds right.
Well, it's wrong. As someone who is from Yorkshire and lives in Yorkshire, I can 100% tell you it's Yorkshire.
I feel like I've always said it like that. You've never corrected me on that.
Well, you've always
before.
Said it wrong then. Well, how often are you saying Yorkshire?
All the time. You know I do my voice.
You do the voice, yeah, but you don't ever say the word Yorkshire. You don't go, I'm just doing my bad Yorkshire accent, all right? Even if you was, assumingly, you'd say it the correct way because you'd be doing the accent.
Yorkshire. Yeah, I would do.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in Yorkshire. All right, 1893. Edmonds, Nathan, he needs to get to the bottom of this dark and queer business.
I didn't like that at all.
That's what he says. I'm just repeating it.
I know he does, but I didn't like that coming out of your mouth.
He said there's a dark and queer business.
There's something very hostile about that coming from you, which I don't enjoy. I don't feel safe right now, if I'm being honest.
You're right not to feel safe because there's a big scary red room.
He admits it, a homophobe. No. Everyone, cancel that man.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Nathan, there's a big old scary room, right? And he's like, I'm going to go into this room and find out what this dark and queer business is.
Stop saying it.
Look, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just quoting the episode of Doctor Who, right? You know
what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing.
All right. He heads into the dark and queer room, right, where business is conducted. No, he goes, if I'm not back in a minute, call the police. Anyway, he heads in, and who shows up, Nathan? What legend of the screen turns up?
I don't remember any of this.
This is the opening of the episode. Oh, I had a great time with this, Ned.
Didn't it open with him at the coroner?
No.
All right.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna if I'm not back in a minute, call the police. And then Diana Rigg shows up and is like, sorry for your loss, because your husband's dead. And she's like, oh, my husband's not dead. What are you talking about? And she's like, he is dead actually.
Who's he saying, if I'm not back in a minute, call the police to?
He's saying that to presumably his wife.
Oh, I don't remember this all.
Anyway, Diana Rigg shows up, right? She's like, condolences for your late husband. And she's like, my husband's alive. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, wait, yes, I do remember this. Yes, yeah. Of course, yeah. Sorry, I got confused. Okay.
That's okay. To be fair, the morgue is next.
Yeah, the morgue is next, yes. I do remember this. They come out the lift, and then there's all the people there and everything. Yeah, I remember it. Don't worry, I know where I am. I'm on track, everyone.
Diana Riggs is here. What do you think? Do you like Diana Riggs?
Of the two things I know her from, this being one of them. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is great.
She's in She's a
Game
Bond.
of Thrones.
She's a Bond girl. Yeah, Game of Thrones, and she's a Bond girl.
Haven't seen it.
From back in the day. She's in...
I've seen some James Bond films, but I'm assuming not the one she's in.
I can't remember the name of it. She's in the one George Lazenby one.
Haven't seen it.
Oh. It's quite a good one. He goes down a fucking slope or something.
None of them were good before like 2006 or whatever, all right? That's all bad.
That's a crazy take.
They're all bad up until then, and then some of them are bad after then as well. In fact, most of them are bad after then as well, all right? Most of them are bad. There's like 2 good ones in the entire franchise.
That's the wildest take I've heard from you.
That's not wild. There's like 2 good ones.
What are the 2 good ones? Casino Royale
and the last one.
The No Time to Die.
No Time to Die, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I forget, you don't like Skyfall, do you?
No, it's bad.
Skyfall's a good one, man.
No, it's a bad movie.
What about Goldfinger? You don't like... Not Goldfinger. Goldeneye. You don't like Goldeneye?
All the Bond ones are horrible. The Bond ones, they're all Bond ones. Pierce Brosnan ones.
They're not horrible. They're bad. Some of them are bad.
Yeah.
But GoldenEye's a great one. Sean Bean's there, and he's like, I'm from Yorkshire.
They're like this. They're fun, all right, and dumb and ridiculous, but they're not good. Okay.
This is a wild claim. I didn't know you had this kind of smoke for Pierce Brosnan's James Bond.
They're all bad, man. They're not good movies.
So you don't like it when Diana Riggs shows up in James Bond?
Well, I haven't seen it. I just said I haven't seen her show up in James Bond. I've seen her show up in Doctor Who and Game of Thrones when she killed Joffrey. Spoiler alert.
Crazy emphasis on of Thrones there, by the way.
That's how you say it. It's the show. She killed Joffrey and then she drank that poison or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's the only scene I remember in Game of Thrones.
Oh, she's always rinsing people out. She's always fucking cussing out Cersei.
I can't remember. I just remember that one scene where she drinks the poison with Jamie.
It might be her best scene, to be fair, because she calls Joffrey a cunt and then offs herself.
Yeah, tell Cersei it was me or whatever. She said.
Oh, cold line. Line.
Anyway, spoilers for Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Sorry, everyone.
It's the Game of Thrones.
No, you just did it. You know what you did. You went Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but because it is the Game of the Thrones. That's why you say it like that.
We're 24 minutes in and we're criticising each other's pronunciation far too much, I think.
I'm not criticising anything. You're the one who's got issue with the way I say Game of Thrones.
You don't like the way I say Yorkshire.
Oh, yeah, you're right, to be fair. That was right.
All right, so Diana Riggs shows up. Anyway, she essentially just shouted, like, this woman screams. Diana Riggs has done something sinister with this woman, and then we cut to the morgue. This is where you thought the episode opened, so what happens?
There's a man who I love. He's probably my favourite character in the episode.
Yeah, he's a bit fun.
Yeah, well, which one are you talking about? The posh one?
No, the moustache man, yeah.
The posh guy?
Yeah, the one that keeps fainting all the time.
Yeah, you would be a posho. I'm talking about the coroner. He's my favourite character.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I like him. Bit of fun. He's like, oh, that's put me right off me mash. Which was a great line. He's got lots of fun little, like, just northern sayings, like, oh, bye, Eka. Like, just fun little, like colloquialisms and stuff. I really enjoy him as a character. He's very fun. Everything he says, like, he has to have, like, a fun little quip about how it makes him feel. Like, and I enjoy that quite a lot. I think he's a lot of fun.
He's obsessed with letting everyone know how much his work puts him off his tea.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I thought throughout the episode it might be revealed that he's like a bit more in this as like a sinister presence, but really,
no, he's just having fun.
Yeah, he's just a northern mortician, right? And he's out to make a few extra quid on the side by being like.
What's your tone with the way you say northern, by the way? All right.
What did I say? I just said the word.
This little southern boy over here.
Oh, look, I can't help it if there's dark and queer business afoot.
Stop saying that. I
really hope people listen to the first bit of this episode, or it sounds like I'm going real off the deep end here.
It's getting very hostile, frankly, in the studio.
But no, you're right. He has been put right off his mash. I tell you what, Nathan, there's no bangers here. No bangers in this episode.
Did you write that down?
I did. What'd you make of it?
Hated it, to be honest. Hated it.
I thought it was there. I thought the delivery was there. I thought that might get a laugh, but apparently I was wrong. Anyway, the hoity-toity posho bloke is here, and he's giving him a few extra quid to kind of get a look at his brother. This is his brother, the red and dead guy is his brother.
Red Dead Redemption. I do like the... I literally just finished that earlier.
No, that has to be cut. Come on. There's people in the server that have talked about how they want to finish playing that game at some point.
Have they?
Yeah, you have to cut that. That will piss off about 4 people.
I'm not cutting it. I'll bleep it.
Yes. All right, fine, yes.
Fucking hell.
I've saved you there, everyone. Everyone that wants to play Red Dead 2, I saved you there.
I don't think you've really saved anyone, all right? I think it's 5 years old at this point, and I think that's well-established law. Like, everyone knows that.
I don't think you would know that.
It's 6 years old, actually. It's 6 years old.
I think unless you're into cowboy core like we are, you wouldn't know that.
I think a lot of people know that. But
all right, well, these people can't, all right? So I've shielded them.
All right, great.
If you want an actual spoiler, here's Diana Riggs at the end of that James Bond movie she's in. She gets shot in the head, and then James Bond is like, time to crack on, I reckon.
What if I wanted to watch that bad Bond movie?
Well, then that's way older than 6 years, so it's by your logic, it's in the clear.
You got me there. Touche.
Hell yeah. Anyway, so the precious stiff, Nathan, is his brother. He's like, you want to get a look at this precious stiff? You want to get a little extra few bob?
Stop saying stiff.
That's what he said. That's what the morgue guy said.
I know, but you're looking me in the eye and staying stiff. I don't like it. You're doing lots of strange business this episode. I don't enjoy it.
What kind of business, sorry?
No, I'm not. Fuck off. Anyway, fuck all this. I want to talk about this. Forget this. Anyway, yes, right. there's a dead guy. He's red or whatever. Anyway, then this posho, he's back in London. All right. Yes. And he's gone to see the veiled detective herself, Vastra, Madame Vastra, and Jenny. And he's like, he's dead.
What happened?
And then they're like, look, maybe his eyes are pictures or whatever. And they're like, that's ridiculous. You're an idiot. Anyway, let's develop these pictures of his eyes, all right? And then they develop these pictures of his eyes. And then they're like, my God, it's Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who. Doctor Who is here.
Doctor Who. He's in his eye.
Something I'm really enjoying about this season is there is this kind of established thing now that is just like Vastra, Jenny, and Strax are just like, they're just the kind of well-to-do detectives in the area, in this era of London. And I think that's really fun. It's just a nice bit of like, yeah, the Doctor can keep coming back here and bumping into this lot. Why not? Bit of fun.
Yeah, they're a good addition to this era there.
Yeah.
They're a good fun gang to have. It's always a good time when they show. Well, it's not always a good time, but it's a bit of fun whenever they show up.
Yeah, they can always elevate a bad episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Doctor Who, Sting.
Oh,
dude, you go for the middle
I was trying to do Doomsday, but it kind of went into Halloween.
I was thinking, I didn't recognise it as Halloween, but I thought you went way off what you were intending there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who, in case anyone didn't know.
Yeah, we're doing Oh, by the way, this podcast is about Doctor Who, and here's an ad break. There we go. There's an ad break. A 100th ad break.
Oh, no, surely. No, because there's 3 per episode.
Yeah, there's like one before and one after and everything like that. Yeah. Our 300th ad break. Well, I'll tell you, because there was one earlier, so it'll be our 301st ad break.
A real milestone for the show.
A real milestone. But we didn't initially have ads. We only got ads as the show grew more.
God.
But now all the old episodes do have ads, so I guess, look, it's true. I can't work it out. There's ads, anyway.
There's that. Look, the bottom line is we get paid. And that's not information you need to know, but it is information.
I don't like you saying that. I don't know.
It's true.
It is true, but it's
not an excessive amount. All right, it's an extremely humble amount.
No, extremely humble. I cannot stress that. I am nowhere near close enough to quitting my job. All right.
Right. So Vastra is off to a recruitment drive, and they only accept beautiful people. And I like
me.
Like you, like me.
No.
Would you say? No. Oh, come on. I gave you the good grace. I said yes.
Well, I'm saying no.
Now I really reckon. Oh, never mind. Strax is upset.
What was that going to be?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something. I relate to Strax. That's the word I was looking for. Right. Relate.
Anyway, before we get to that, I want to talk. Before we get to Gillyflower and everything like that, I want to talk about Strax and Jenny and Vestra when they're in the carriage, because Strax is like, we need to be armed to the teeth. All right, we're going to the north. All right, and he's ready to step into a hostile environment. So.
I do want it on the record. This was the scene I was talking about.
You was talking about fucking Gillyflower.
I didn't even say it. I said Strax. Listen back. I did not say the word Gillyflower at any point.
Did you not say she only accepts beautiful people?
Yeah, because they're talking about that in the cab, in the little thing, in the carriage.
All right, I apologise.
That's okay. Thank you. No, this is a fun scene. Strax is fuming because they're sending Jenny and not him to the beautiful people convention.
Oh, okay. Sorry, was that not? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes. Great, Lawrence. Well done. A very good point from you. And
Thank
now
you very
here's
much.
Another point from me. Okay.
Please, I'm enthralled. Go ahead.
No, I don't know. I don't have anything.
I tell you what, I really like. I know we've spoken about this before. Every time I see Strax dressed up to the nines in his little suit, I love it. I absolutely think he looks brilliant.
He does look pretty good, yeah.
It's a well-fitted tux on him, considering his rather unusual proportions of a bloke.
I think he has unusual proportions.
He looks like he's like a sausage meathead.
No, he doesn't.
He's got a neck the size of a fucking, I don't know, some dumbbell or something. He's got absurd proportions.
Lawrence, you sound really racist right now. Okay?
No, right. Strax look like, you know, that generated man of the bloke that looks like this is what humans would look like if they were designed to survive car crashes. That's what Strax looks like. You seen this? You seen this bloke?
No.
Oh, he's got a big neck, basically. Everyone liked him because he looked like a bloke you'd see down the pub, and people called him Gavin, I think. You don't know Gavin, the car crash man?
We lead very different lives. We have very different experiences.
It's all the talk down the local co-op. We're all talking about Gavin, the car crash man.
Jesus Christ.
All right. What else is going on? So they're off to the north, and he's like, right, get the grenades out, boys. Essentially,
yeah. Scissor grenades, limbo vapor, and trip blast brain splitters. Jesus. Sounds pretty intense. Brain splitters.
Splitters.
Jesus
like that. They outlawed that bullet that can expand within people. Do you know about this?
No.
There's a bullet that can apparently you shoot it into someone, and then it's designed to kind of expand.
Seems unnecessary.
Yeah, that's why they were like, this. Look, they're already probably dead.
Yeah, and I feel like a bullet does pretty much a good enough job as it is, all right? Yeah. Like, if you can put it in someone's head and it instantly kills them, I'm not sure you necessarily need to find a way to make that worse and more intense, all right?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. What was the other one? A limbo something?
A limbo vapor.
What's a limbo vapor?
I don't know. I assume it's like a little pole that you have to walk under and do the limbo. And then it vaporizes you.
So like if you're underneath a pole, then boom.
No, it's the limbo pole. You know the limbo?
I know the limbo, yeah.
Yeah, this is like they set that up. It's like, hey, we're doing the limbo. And then you get excited because you get to have a chance to do the limbo and show off how good you are.
Obviously,
so they're winding up, you know, he's doing his stretches or whatever, and then he's coming up to do the limbo, he's like, whoa, and then what's going on? And then it vaporizes you as you go underneath it.
So it's not even anything to do with the limbo. You go under, you go, look how sick I am at limbo, and then you get just shot with a regular vaporized gun or something.
No. The limbo thing, like as you go underneath the thing, it vaporizes you.
But you keep going. How did you keep going with no legs?
What do you mean? No, like it'll vaporize you once you get like to the halfway point.
Oh, okay, and then you're just done. Then you're just a sack of shit on the floor. Yeah.
Well, it vaporizes you.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be anything, would you? You'd be atomized.
I think vaporized, Lawrence. It's in the. I've said it 7 times.
You'd be turned into a mere gas.
Yes, I guess, in a manner of speaking.
So Diana Riggs, she's having a big meeting.
Bradford.
She's in Bradford, that is true. This is a town in Yorkshire. Don't know if you know that.
Yorkshire. Stop saying Yorkshire.
It's going to take a while to get me out of that, all right? That's just the way I've said it my entire life.
It's a city, but yeah.
Who's behind the curtain? There's someone behind the curtain that Diana Riggs is concealing.
It's her daughter. She's blind. She's like, and then everyone's like, oh, what a monster. She's blind.
Well, they're all the sexy people, aren't they? They're all the,
yeah, that's true.
They're a bunch of beautiful people.
No, they're not. They're just regular people from Bradford. And then she's like, hey, do you want to come live in my town? Hotties only, all right? My ugly daughter could never, all right? Because look at her. She's a horrible freak, a monster who was blinded by her own father in a rage or whatever. A little fib.
A big fib, I would say.
A little fib, we find out later. Anyway, her daughter's blind, is the point.
Yeah. And she's like, look, Diana Riggs is like, look, there's a coming apocalypse, all right? But if you don't want to be around in that apocalypse, we have a little gated community that will somehow withstand the apocalypse.
I don't understand any of this. What is Sweetville, all right? Because, like, they have this big... all these people have come to Bradford Town Hall, presumably. All right, all right, to see the grand. It's like you going to co-op the grand unveiling of this thing, okay? And like they pull off the curtain off this drawing of Sweetville, and everyone's like, ooh, and he's just like a drawing of a building. It like if you were to draw like any like 18th century factory or something like that, it would look the exact same, and everyone's like pointing at this like it's fucking, I don't know, like some far off futuristic city, and they're like, oh, I want to live there. Ooh. I don't understand what it is or the appeal of it.
I don't get it either, even in the grand scheme of like the plan. It doesn't seem to have a relevance, like it doesn't seem needed. And why are people being turned red? Like that's another thing that I'm just like, you're just going to shoot a gas or some shit.
They're not being turned red. That's a side effect. That's a failure in the process.
Okay, so what do I need with the people?
That's the I don't fucking know, to be honest. But that's the process going wrong.
Right, I see. Yeah. Okay.
And then they're like, oh, another failure. Throw it in the canal or whatever.
Yeah, but we'll just keep doing it. We won't change anything. We'll just hope something works in the end, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't understand what's happening either.
I
literally wrote the same thing. I wrote, whoa, a different city on a board.
Yeah.
And everyone goes wild.
I'm sure someone will explain it to us, but we're dum-dums, and I don't get it. So.
Yeah. I also think look, we are watching these and making notes. I don't think the episode does a good job of explaining it as we go along.
Yeah. No, I don't think it does either, really.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Anyway, so Jenny signs up. She's like, yeah, get me in and this. I want to go in for the hottie town.
Well, she's undercover, isn't she? She's like, I'm undercover. So yeah, so she'll sign up. Then Strax is like, I don't know.
Strax goes, how is all this going to help? Basically, fucking Mark Gatiss needs to tell everyone how this is relevant to the plot. So he cuts, and this happens a few times, by the way.
It does happen a few times, yeah.
he cuts to Vastra and Strax goes, well, how will this lead us to the Doctor, who hasn't been in the episode so far? Right?
No, he's not in it. Well, he was in that eye.
Oh, he was in the eye, yeah, but he's not been a presence, really.
No, we haven't seen him, no.
Yeah, so Strax is like, how's this going to help us get to the Doctor? Which is kind of, it feels like Mark Gatiss being like, hang on, everyone just wait, he'll show up. He's in the episode.
It kind of is, I guess, yeah. Anyway, then Ada, the blind, horrible monster girl, is like, she's climbing some stairs, all right? Is it just me, or does Ada, does she walk like she was blinded yesterday?
She really does, yeah.
She does, doesn't she? Yeah. She has the confidence as someone who was literally just blinded. She's stumbling about, like, grabbing for stuff as she walks along and stuff. Like, I don't know if it's an acting thing or it's the direction. I don't know, but it just seems... Because later we find out she's been blind for quite a few years at least. Okay?
Yes, yeah.
So this isn't someone who has just lost her vision and she's getting used to it.
No.
But it's acted that way. So I don't know. Like if you like watch like fucking Charlie Cox in Daredevil, like sure, it's like there's more to it than that. But like he is blind, but like he has the confidence of someone who's been blind his entire life, you know. He's not like fucking walking around stumbling like he's just like everything's dark and his eyes are closed, you know.
Yeah, he does that thing as well where he kind of like, it's really a great performance from him because he does that thing where he like kind of turns his head but not his eyes when people are talking.
Yeah.
Like, so he'll kind of like shift his ears rather than his gaze, which is really interesting. But
it's actually quite uncomfortable seeing him in something where he isn't blind.
Yeah, you go, whoa, that's a focused stare. I don't like that.
What are you doing, you freak? You're blind.
Yeah, stop seeing me.
Yeah, stop seeing me.
It definitely reads like the director or the performer kind of just went like, if I'm blind, I have to be the most blind person who has ever lived.
Yeah. I'm stumbling about. I'm always looking for things to grab onto. Yeah.
Which is not great, by the way, for like kind of... It's not a great show, is it? In terms of representation, to be like, this is just not what blind people deal with. Like...
I don't know, I'm not blind.
I'm not blind either, but I know they find it easier than this with the correct help.
Do you know what I can't fathom? All right, I heard this once, and it really fucking blew my mind. Something like blind people... The thing about being blind, which people don't understand, is that, like, they don't just see, like, darkness or anything like that. It's not just, like, they see blackness. It's that they just see nothing. There's just nothing to see. And it's not darkness. It's different to darkness. It's just nothing. And I'm like... But what is that? I cannot fathom that at all. I cannot understand what that means, and there's one way to find out, but I don't want to do that. Yeah,
I don't want to do... Look, I remember when I was a kid and I was first introduced to the concept of nothingness rather than like blackness or darkness or something like that, right? And it was actually in an episode of Torchwood when someone asks a certain character, who we won't spoil in case anyone is listening and hasn't seen Torchwood, but someone asks a certain character...
because I have no idea what this is, so don't spoil it for me either.
You know this thing. You might not know this conversation, but you know the character and everything else. But yeah, someone asked someone, hey, what's it like? Kind of like on the other side. And they're like, it is nothing. And that freaked me the fuck out as a kid. I could not fathom what that is.
I remember a blind character in Torchwood.
Do you want to cut this and I'll say?
No, because I don't want to be spoiled.
Okay. There's no one blind. It's like a...
Fuck you on about then?
As in, like, the concept of nothingness. Like, there's nothing to see. It's not darkness, not blackness. It's not light. It's nothing.
Anyway, Ada's going up the stairs.
Yes.
To feed her monster.
Yeah. So this is weird, I think.
Is
kind
it?
Of odd.
It
becomes a little bit sweeter later on in the sense that, like, she's obviously just got absolutely fucking no one to talk to about anything. But at the same time, they kind of play it as this odd thing. Like, she, like, slides some food under the door, and it's like, did you think I'd forgotten about you, dear monster? And it feels a little bit like, oh, who we got locked up in there, you know?
It's Yuck. Doctor Who.
It's the titular Doctor Who, to be fair.
Doctor Who, but we'll get back to him. Anyway, that posh show, your favourite character.
Yes,
he's walking about, and he's like... Hey, I'm back here in This guy, by the way, he's traveling all over the fucking place. He's like, he started off in Bradford, and then he went down to London, and now he's back in Bradford, all right? He's just checking in to see how they're going. He's like, you there, my good man. I came post-haste. Announce my presence here. And Strax is just like, and who should I say is calling? And this dude just, like, takes one look at him and then just passes out, which is... bit of fun.
We didn't mention he passed out earlier.
Oh, he passed out earlier when he saw Vastra. Yeah,
because Vastra's like, I'm the veiled detective, but whenever I'm even slightly confused, I'll take my veil immediately off.
I'm actually a big sexy lizard lady. Actually.
Yeah. Worst kept secret in London is Vastra being a lizard. Yeah,
he really is. Yeah.
Oh god, the look on Strax's face when he passes out is really funny. He just kind of looks at him like, "Fuck this, man," and he like takes him into he like props him up on like the little couch that they've got in their office space, and he's like, he's passed out. What should we do with him?
Just lay him down, I guess.
Yeah. Don't do anything with him, Strax. Don't put him under your limbo vaporizer or whatever it was.
I'll have a go. I'll win.
So this is another scene, right? Where Vastra and Strax are strategizing a little bit. And I realized this today about Mark Gatiss' writing, right? It's just filled with padding. Because it essentially is a scene of Vastra going, how did that thing that happened earlier happen? And Strax goes, I don't know, but I think what we should do is go and bust down the door with grenades and with my gun and all of this stuff. Right, and it's just that it's the exact same situation that happened earlier. It's the exact same thing where it just cuts back to Vastra and Strax being like, "What's going on with the plot?" And he's like, "I don't know, but I'm Strax the character," and then it ends.
It's not a long scene, though. It's literally just like fucking 10 seconds or something. So,
yeah.
Sure. You know?
Yeah, but like it's... I don't know. It just, for me, it's stuffed. It's stuffed with stuff that doesn't need to be there.
All right, Spielberg.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
So Jenny is breaking her way into Sweetville, or I guess just going to Sweetville or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's in line with this other woman from Bradford, and she's like, I'm going to go in here too, but I've got ugly teeth or whatever. She does have quite bad teeth, to be fair to her.
Yeah.
And then she like breaks in. She just like unpicks the door. Horrible at like being covert and sneaking in, because literally like it's just a narrow corridor with nowhere to hide, and she just goes, "Oh, I'll just break into this, I reckon."
Well, she gets the tooth lady to do a bit of a diversion, but she does the diversion right next to the door.
Yes, she's still clearly in plain view of everyone, but whatever, who cares?
It cuts to a slightly wider shot, right,
Yeah.
of like the surrounding chaos, but you can still, plain as day, just see Jenny walk through the door.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
She gives her a guinea for it. That's a bit of fun.
That is a bit of fun. I do like that. It's a good laugh.
You like a guinea?
Yeah, I guess. Is that the licorice thing? Is that what it is?
No, it's money.
What's licorice in this? There's something about licorice in this episode.
That's when Vastra asks Strax, because he's a bit hyper and he's talking about.
Oh, those are a sherbet.
Yeah, there's nothing about licorice. Yeah,
I'm sure there was something about licorice.
I mean, maybe there is, but I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, I thought this was a bit of licorice.
Why?
Because I thought it was. To answer your question, I thought it was licorice. And I like licorice.
What did you? First of all, disgusting. Right. What did you think was licorice? The coin that she produced.
But I guess I wasn't watching properly. But she like tosses it, right, and I'm like, oh, licorice, bit of licorice. No.
I don't understand how you've gone to licorice. Where have you gotten licorice from? From a coin, from money,
I thought it was a bit of licorice,
which is a guinea, which is the currency. You've gone, oh, that's clearly licorice, which is like a fucking horrible tasting, like sweet in different shapes.
What am I confusing with licorice then? Because there's something about licorice in this episode. Something happens about licorice.
I don't fucking know.
Well, we'll see. I'm not reading ahead in my notes, but we'll see.
Why do you like licorice?
I like licorice. There's nothing not to like about it.
There is. There's everything. It's disgusting.
It's a bit of tastiness. No, I think it's nice.
Not. It's horrible. It's awful, man.
I think it tastes good. I think it's an acquired taste, and I quite enjoy it.
Oh, disgusting. I can't stand it.
What don't you like about it?
Everything. There's nothing pleasant about it. It's horrible in every single sense of the word.
I guess that's just taste, I guess. I can't tell you two like it. So it's not licorice then?
No, it's a fucking coin. It's money.
Did you find anything when you controlled F?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
But I also probably spell it wrong.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it comes up later on. I'm sure licorice played some part in this, because that's what I thought Jenny tossed.
What? Why would she toss licorice?
I don't know. Just like
I don't understand where you've got licorice from.
I just say, here you go, fuck teeth. Have some licorice.
She pulled out a coin. It was a coin.
I might have been writing my notes. Something happens with licorice later. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. All right. And I think I've just equated that to happening here as well, instead of the coin.
All right.
Right. So yeah, what happens next? The mortician is telling Vastra about the Crimson Horror. So this is your favourite character's back. What's he up to? Tell him, Vastra.
Right, yeah, no, that's what I wanted to talk about. Before you get to the mortician, Jenny breaks through that door. She goes onto the factory floor, but we find out it's not actually a factory floor. It's just like a big fucking empty warehouse, basically. And the loud machinery that they could hear from outside is actually just being played on these big fuck off gramophones, basically.
I do like this. There's an element of like mystery and intrigue to it. This is the kind of detective stuff that you want from what seemingly at this point is like a Jenny and Vastra and Strax focused episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. Big fuck off horns.
Gramophones.
Yeah, no, but they're big old horns, aren't they? You see them.
Gramophones.
They're big old horns. They look like big old horns.
They don't look anything like horns.
They're all, like did you not like that they were all pointed at the one door? Like it was the only way sound could travel.
Well, that does make the most sense, logically.
No, but the door's not open, so they're just all angled. They could be angled in various directions, but they're all angled slightly towards the one door.
But that's where the sound would come through.
No, but you can come through walls. You can hear sound through other walls.
Yeah, but a brick wall as opposed to a wooden door, what's it most like easily going to travel through?
Yeah, but it's just funny that it's all three of them blasting at that one door.
All right.
No, not funny?
No, not really.
All right.
I didn't think about that at all, to be honest.
I thought it was fun. I liked it. It's like one of them silly little Doctor Who things where they just didn't really think about it at all. Oh, what's happening next? Mortician is here. Mortician is telling Vastra about the Crimson Horror. So this is where we finally get, well, we don't really get some answers, but we can kind of, we can see that this is happening a bit more widespread than just this one bloke.
Turn your hair as snowy as Buckton Park.
This man's your hero.
He is great. I love him. He's my favourite character. Yeah. The Crimson Horror.
So there is some in this scene that I thought might be a bit more. I kind of leant forward a little bit because Vastra reckons, I've seen symptoms like this before about 65 million years ago. I thought, we're gonna get some kind of lizard lore stuff going on, but no.
I feel like every scene with Vastra ends the same way. It ends with her pulling off her veil and then saying some like almost quip-like revealing line of dialogue. You know, like. Yeah. I'm actually a lizard. As she pulls off her veil, you know.
It does happen a surprising amount. Yeah, all of her scenes are treated as kind of like, here's some plot.
Yeah.
Right, and then like, and some setup.
Yeah.
And then it cuts away.
Mark really is not a good writer, is he?
No, I don't think so. What is no. we liked his Dalek one. We had this conversation, I'm pretty sure, the other day, but have we liked any of his others?
No. Well, you liked, I can't even remember now, to be honest. I'm sure there was another one you liked, but I can't remember.
How much of Sherlock did he write?
I don't know. No idea. Look it up.
Yeah, maybe it's just in Sherlock.
No, he was a writer on Sherlock. I know he and Stephen both wrote a lot of Sherlock episodes together.
I'm seeing here 13, but I feel like that's
as many episodes as they are.
Yeah, that's like most of Sherlock, right?
That's all of Sherlock, yeah.
Oh, well then there you go. So there you go.
There's 13 episodes of Sherlock, yeah.
God, because they're fucking like mini movies, aren't they? I feel like there's more of Sherlock, but it's just there's a lot of Sherlock in a short time span.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So anyway, what's going on? The Diana Riggs and her daughter are having dinner. This is a weird scene.
This is very weird, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ada's like, oh, where's Mr. Sweet? Is he going to join us? Because, by the way, there's this Mr. Sweet who owns Sweetville, but no one ever sees him. He's like, he's the money man behind the scenes or whatever. And then Diana Riggs like, he's busy. All right.
Why does she need to walk around acting like he's a silent? Because we find out what he is later on, by the way.
Yeah.
But, like, she walks around like he's the secret money, but like, he can't have money, so why does she need to tell everyone that there's a mystery bloke here?
Why does she need to keep him a secret at all, really? Because, like, everyone she's dealing with knows there's a sinister thing going on. They're all fucking killing people and throwing them in lakes or whatever, all right? And they're already seemingly under her control. So if they see this little fucking red fucking shrimp or whatever it is that she's breastfeeding, are they then just gonna be like, that's too far for me, actually. I'm not okay with this. Now I know there's a little red shrimp. I wash my hands of this whole thing, actually. Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, where's the line drawn here?
Like, well, I don't understand the secrecy of it. I get it with Ada, but also she's blind.
Yeah, she's not going to see it.
So yeah, she could just fully have him out on the table and she'd be none the wiser.
This is the first scene This is the scene you get, like, the first kind of clue that there's something fucking strange going on with her. Because she like spills some salt and it's like, oh, bloody hell, I've spilled some salt. And then she goes, oh, I'll just toss this bit over my shoulder for good luck or whatever. You know that superstition thing?
To keep the devil away, she says.
That's it, yeah. And then the servant bloke sees that and like it kind of reads like, that's my cue to leave.
Yeah, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Really. And maybe he's going to get something to clean it up, maybe. I don't know, but whatever. He leaves as soon as she spills the salt. And then she, like, drops the smile on her face as if to suggest that she's evil. which we already knew and he already knew. But all right.
Yes,
But then she opens up her... No, well, she doesn't open up her shirt. She just, like, pours some salt down her breasts, I guess.
Yeah.
And then... I guess she's feeding Mr. Sweet just some salt.
I guess so, but, like...
Well, for a lot of reasons, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yes...
Get him off. Don't let him be there. That's fucking strange. He looks like a baby xenomorph.
He's breastfeeding, Lawrence.
He is breastfeeding. Well, he's doing summon. He's doing
something
summon
like a xenomorph.
No, like the baby xenomorphs. You know, like the chest.
He doesn't look like a baby xenomorph.
He does. I've watched all the Alien films in recent memory, and he looks like a little xenomorph boy.
All right, I guess only Lauren knows what a baby xenomorph looks like.
I promise you, it looks like it's like a red little creepy oozy boy.
Lawrence is the only one who's seen Alien, everyone.
It looks like if you pull up two pictures, I'd be right. That's all I'm saying.
He's the authority figure on xenomorphs, everyone.
I am, actually. And so everyone better come with some respect. Yeah, weird fucking scene. And it left me with the wrong impression, because all of that, like, I'll better throw some salt over my shoulder or whatever. And then the guy being like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's in on whatever this is.
Yeah.
But no. but also kind of, yes, he is in on it to an extent.
Yeah, because they're all in on it. They're all in on the master plan. They know what's going on. But then it's just the thing about Mr. Sweet has to be a secret for some... Realistically, it has to be a secret for us, the audience, so we can have the reveal later on, really. Yeah. And then they're just like, well, we'll also keep it a secret. I don't know.
It's just strange. It's very odd. It makes no sense. Anyway, so in and amongst all this, Jenny's having a little poke about... Oh, sorry. In and amongst all of this, Jenny's having a little poke about, right? She goes to the room from earlier where the hoity-toity's brother died, and she finds the little prison door thing.
The room where it happened.
Oh, Aaron Burr is...
Leslie Odom Jr., yeah. She's in the room where it happened, and then she's like, hey... she goes to see Ada's monster or whatever. Yeah. Well, she doesn't go to see him. She like stumbles across him.
Yeah.
And like his hand reaches out and grabs at her, and she's like, "Oh, maybe I'll go in this room then." Actually.
Yeah. This is probably a good idea.
This is a good idea. And she like talks to him through the door and is like, "Listen, mate. I don't know. I feel like they cockneyed her up like a massive amount in this scene.
Really did. Yeah. Listen, mate. No funny business, all right.
Fucking savvy, all right, sunshine. Yeah. I've just come up these apples and fucking pears, all right.
Don't be trying nothing, mister, all right?
Don't get fucking smart with me, sunshine, all right?
Well, I like that though. She's on the job. She's letting her root slip through or whatever. But I quite enjoy that I don't know what she's getting, but while she's making this bargain, like, listen, I'll open the door, but don't be a prick about it. Right? Yeah. And then while she's doing it, she's like getting something, and for me, it kind of read like she was getting something to just fucking shank this person if they just came through at her big time.
She was getting you should literally see it. You was probably writing your notes again.
I might have been. Why? What was it?
She pulls out the same toolkit she used earlier to open the door. The lock picking kit.
Oh, okay. So, that would make sense because she's got to open the door.
Yeah. She's pulling. You should really watch these episodes.
Well, she might dual wield it. She might open the door and then use it as like a little corkscrew fucking neck stab thing. Right?
Or is she doing that thing again?
No, look, I'm saying devices can be multi-purpose. We don't know how far she's willing to go. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway, who's the monster?
It's Doctor Who, Lawrence. I've said this already.
Yeah, we did reveal this, didn't we?
It's the Red Hulk.
It's the red
From Marvel's Captain America, this time there's a Red Hulk.
I can't believe it. He's here. He's a bit crispy. He's obviously red, but he looks fucked up beyond that. Like he's got some like battle wounds going on.
Does he have any battle wounds, or is he just red?
No, he's got like cuts over him, or maybe it's like red crispy bits, but he's not just fully clean, shiny red. Well, look I just think it's good little makeup, to be fair. Right? It's a
No,
good
I think it's shit. I think it's bad.
Really?
Because,
do you not like it?
No, I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. Lawrence. All right, because he's supposed to be. Well, he's all red, but he's supposed to be like stiff, and they even have this like. This like sound effect where it's like creaking sound effect is all his joints are stiff and he's acting like he can't bend anything and it's painful for him and he's stiff, and like they even do a thing where like Jenny touches him and they put like a hollow sound effect on him, and she does like a sort of not like that, but like kind of like that sort of thing.
I get you. It sounds hollow in there, yeah. So
it's not like it's like implying or showing us that his skin, it's not just his regular skin, it's hardened and it's stiff and everything like that. But he's clearly just been painted red. And just because you see his skin moving about quite normally, like his mouth moves and stuff, and then you can see his cheeks moving about quite normally and stuff. So
you want it to be more like kind of like blockier, like to feel like he's been put in a cast situation. I'd feel like they should have put some prosthetics or something on him rather than just painting him red, really, because it doesn't quite match up to what they're going for, really. Yeah, all right, I'd agree with that. You've maybe come round on one of the only good things I thought was okay about this episode.
Great, my job here is done.
You've won me over. But yeah, so right, it's the doctor. His skin is hard to the touch. He can't speak. But is it Ada? Is that her name? The daughter? Yeah. She comes up the stairs to investigate all the hullabaloo and the noise. Right.
Horrible blind person, by the way. Like literally the one benefit of being blind is that all your other senses are heightened. Okay, everyone knows that. That's blind 101.
Yeah,
all right,
that's blind 101.
Daredevil, all that shit. All right, everything else is heightened. Okay,
yes, yeah.
But not fucking Ada. Ada's got the worst fucking end of the stick in all situations. All right, she like what is clearly people walking and shuffling about, and she's like, "What's that? Oh, must have been the wind," like a fucking video game guard or something, you know?
She fully veers off to the wrong direction and then like pursues down that path like they're probably down here. Like, you went to this room earlier, you brought him food, if you're checking one thing up here, you'd probably check the thing you want to keep secret.
God, Mark Gattis is a bad writer.
I think we're just realizing this, like,
yeah.
I actually don't think he's good. I think his good episodes have been the instance where like, something just went right for a change.
What else is he in? You talk about what happens next while I look him up on IMDb.
All right. So something to note as well. The doctor's clothes are all kind of slumped up on the floor. But anyway, Jenny starts taking him away. And she takes him to this red room that she was in, but we go through the kind of factory, and through the window we can see a conveyor belt, which is kind of just dropping sort of lifeless humans into a vat of red stuff.
Yeah, it's not great, really.
Yeah, not great. It looks a bit hokey with the CG and stuff as well, but I do think the concept is pretty fucking horrifying. Like, just humans scooped up and dropped into a vat on a conveyor belt. Like, that's pretty grim shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
He wrote An Adventure in Space and Time. That was pretty good.
That is good, yeah.
But that's mostly just history. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, props for adapting it in a way that made it quite interesting. But like, it's also it's an interesting story, and all you have to do is tell it. It's not that difficult. It's like if someone had the most amazing life and you had to write a book about it. Kind of hard to make that uninteresting, isn't it?
He wrote that Sherlock series where he's got like fucking, where it's like not Sherlock, Dracula, but he's modern or whatever. Oh, the fucking James and Mason always call it Dracula, but he has an iPad or something. Dracula, but he has an iPad. Yeah, I never watched that. I thought the trailer looked somewhat interesting, but I just never got around to it. I never even watched the trailer. Has he had a hand on any of like the any other kind of big hitter BBC dramas? Or even like probably ITV dramas. Like Chris Chibi was on Broadchurch. RTD has got like It's a Sin. Has he got what's Mark Gattis's one of those other than Sherlock? Sherlock, really. Not really Sherlock. Else. So really, his efforts on Doctor Who haven't been great. And I think there's a lot of good in Sherlock, but there's also an awful lot of bad in Sherlock too. Looking at his writing credits, there's not really much I recognise here, apart from Sherlock, Doctor Who, Dracula, and then like a few little things here and there. Like,
he's one of those blokes that's done really well off being posh and having good mates.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's made a career out of being best pals with Stephen Moffat and stuff like that.
And he was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, he was the Iron Bank man in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, sorry.
He was in Game of Thrones. He was the banker.
He was.
Yeah. And he's in your favourite movie, Mission Impossible.
I was like, right, what's this going to be?
Yeah.
So yeah, the daughter of Diana Riggs, she goes. She finally realizes, oh, that noise might have been something to do with my little secret monster that I'm keeping, aka Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And
we're an hour and 12 minutes into this. How are we only here? What
I know.
the fuck is going on, man?
Look, we can fly through some shit, all right?
Yeah, we haven't even got to the Doctor yet.
We really haven't, have we?
Let's speed this shit up.
All right, I'll tell you what. Do you want me to mass read some stuff, and you can?
Yeah, sure.
We'll do one of these. So she discovers that the monster is gone. This is the daughter we're talking about. She discovers the monster is gone. Terrible acting here. Not to be nasty, but like, there's a moment where she goes, "No, my monster. Where are you, my monster?" And I'm like, this is either it's a bad script, but it's not a great performance either. The lines are bad, but the line reads are not great, if I'm honest.
Not great.
So Jenny manages to get the Doctor in a little unredify chamber. Did you like this? Just reverses it immediately.
They don't really explain it. They just put him in a little cupboard, and then he like a steam cupboard or whatever, and then he has his clothes and the sonic screwdriver, so he's fine. Like 2 minutes later,
they were just waiting in there for him.
No, he took his clothes in, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, watch it, Lawrence. Pay attention. Please.
I thought you might have stashed a little secret extra pair in there a bit later on.
I might have to ban you from writing your notes while you watch the episode, because you clearly just do not pay attention to the episode at all.
All right, we haven't got time for this. We're supposed to be breezing through it, okay?
Great. Anyway, yes, he's free. He's back to normal. He's like, ha, miss me? And then he gives her a kiss.
Oh, we can't breeze through this, can we?
We can't breeze past this. And this is probably the big point of controversy for the episode. Okay. And let me just say, not great.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Let me just say, not great. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, pretty bad on numerous fronts. First and foremost, because Jenny, as we know, we don't know explicitly that she's lesbian. She might be bi or pan or whatever, but she's in a relationship with Vastra. Okay, she's in a queer relationship with Vastra. Okay, so there's that first of all. So that's not great.
Yeah.
And the Doctor kisses her, and that's obviously not bad. And he kisses her without her consent and stuff. So yeah, obviously not great. Okay. But okay,
the heavy lifting butt is doing
it. Just let me get to this, all right? Let me, because I've been thinking about this a lot this week, because we got a lot of messages talking about this and stuff.
I saw some.
It's the big point of controversy, the big point of contention to the episodes, and I agree with it. But I just want to pose a question, okay?
Okay.
Please tell me what is the difference between this and when the Doctor kisses Rory in Dinosaurs on a Spaceship?
Oh, you've got us here. Fucking here we were thinking the show were the biggest, but it's us all along.
Because the Rory kiss is nowhere near as controversial. No one seemed to have... I mean, it might have been mentioned, but I don't think there was nowhere near as many points of contention as there was for that. But... that was also non-consensual on Rory's part, you know?
Yeah.
Rory is in a relationship with Amy. He's married.
You aren't wrong. I think there is this idea ingrained into society that, like, that's just two lads being lads. We've had a little kiss.
Oh, right? we're always kissing.
Yeah, exactly. Right now. We've just turned down the mic sounds.
We do the podcast in between our kissing.
It's just something we squeeze in on the side of our heavy kissing schedule. No, but like that is something that, like, rightly or wrongly, society does just go like, oh, you know, kiss the homies and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a bit of that in it. But you are
and I might be wrong on that. If anyone has an answer for me, please absolutely let me know. I would genuinely be interested to see if I am actually wrong on that, and there is a reason why it's different and why it's quite bad. But just something I thought about,
Nathan's pulling out his dangerous take for the 100th special.
I know. I'm not agreeing with it. Like I say, it is bad, and it does absolutely deserve the criticism it gets.
Yeah.
I just think that if we're criticising this, we should also criticise that moment as well.
Yeah, you're posing the question of, like, same rules apply, surely.
Yeah.
So,
surely.
and if they don't, please do tell us why, because I also don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, just something to chew on, basically.
That's fair. Let's all chew, and let's all take a moment, hold some space for it.
Hold some space for it, yes.
But no, it's a gross moment.
It is a gross moment, yeah, absolutely. It's not needed at all, yeah.
And it's what's worse is Jenny then immediately slaps him, and he's like, "Whoa, that felt good," or something. What does he say after it?
He says, "You've no idea how good that feels, right, Mrs. Gillyflower?" He says.
See, I feel like that's the. It feels less sinister without that line.
Yeah, but he's clearly talking about the fact. I don't know why I'm defending this. He's obviously talking about the fact that he can like move again and shit, and he's not a weird red Hulk anymore.
Yes.
But yeah.
But I think there's some stuff later on in the episode that's a bit.
There definitely is. Yes. All right. We'll get to the stuff. Yeah. We'll get to the stuff later on. All right.
There's a sudden and random crush on the Doctor's part, I think.
Look, it's not great, really.
No, it's not. But. It's of the era as well. Like, this is a bit dated by this point.
Well, I don't think that's an excuse for it.
Really. No, it's not.
It was 2013, not fucking 19, fucking 70.
Yeah, we're not dealing with like 2010, 2008 anymore, are we? Like,
no, this is
the world is awoke, Nathan. At this
the woke mob of one. Anyway, then he's like, Clara, we've got to find Clara. Then we get a fun little flashback. I enjoy this flashback. All right,
I enjoy it. I think the rules are off, but yeah.
What do you mean the rules are off?
It seems strange because it's like I like that the Doctor looks directly down the lens and is like, oh, it's a long story, I'll keep it short, and we get a fun little transition into it. But like sometimes it's old timey. And like with its little grain and stuff, and other times it just feels like it's normal Doctor Who. Like,
it's the whole thing is old timey.
No, but the way they're like, there's a line they say, like he's like, some guy's like, no one's listening, and the Doctor's like, we'll listen, and it's kind of like the way they frame it up feels old timey and a bit like silent movie-esque. But then it just cuts back into like they just switch back to normal standard fare Doctor Who filmmaking, like in the next shot. So I don't know. There's parts of it that feel it's fun, but it feels odd. It feels like a not half commitment kind of thing.
I think you're reading too much into that we'll listen thing. Okay, if I'm being honest with you, I don't think any of it is supposed to feel like other than the framing. I don't think any of it is supposed to feel like a old timey silent movie. Okay. I think it's literally just the framing, like the effect and the audio and stuff.
Maybe I am, yeah. I suppose they tie it in with the style as well, with the pictures, don't they? Like to get them through places, they have the kind of like whoosh, 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 kind of montage thing. Okay, all right, fine, I'll forgive it. I like this then; it's fun. All right?
I like it; it's fun. Yeah, it's a good face. It's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Bit of non-linear storytelling as well. But it catches us up to speed onto what's happened so far and everything like that, and how the Doctor got into this situation. Again, though, it just leaves me with more questions about Sweetville, because like they're going like, oh, we're gonna break into Sweetville because I don't know, people are dolls or whatever, and then they're just like I don't know.
What like look, here's the thing with Sweetville. Why? What's the purpose of Sweetville? To like farm these blokes for some reason, but also like then separate the women?
Maybe they need the people for something to do with the venom sort of thing. But then I don't even know what they need the fucking venom for. Because Gilly Flower's ultimate plan is to like fucking send that big old timey rocket into the air, and then fucking spray the venom everywhere or whatever.
Yeah,
but why?
And why would that not hit Sweetville?
Oh, no.
It's like, how would this not affect her?
I don't know. Maybe we just weren't paying attention, but I don't understand it.
I'll be honest. I rewound this episode a few times at certain moments. So I was like, maybe I missed something there. Maybe in like the kind of quick conversations, I didn't pick something up. I was hoping for this in the resolution scene of the episode, but then it so quickly just divulged into throw a fucking chair at the thing. And now this day is solved. I don't know. Look, it's a bit stupid. But yeah, anyway, the Doctor's doing a northern impression, which I thought was quite fun.
The Doctor is doing a northern impression. He says, "Oh, grand smashing here. The missus and I couldn't be more chuffed, could we, love?"
I'll tell you what I do like about this. Obviously, he's doing the whole "we're husband and wife and we want a house here" or something gambit, right?
Yeah.
And the Doctor pulls Clara in quite close to sell the husband and wife thing, and there's a lovely, sweet shot of Clara just really cozied up there for a second, like looking up to him like, this man means the world to me. And it's sweet and it's nice. And I think Jenna Coleman plays it as this. There is this look of almost like it's not just affection; it's like kind of infatuation that you can see on her face.
Do you not think? I almost see it as like, "What the fuck are you doing?" sort of thing.
Oh, really? I thought that maybe at first I definitely thought there was because the shot did linger on her for a sec.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I definitely think there's a little look along in there. But yeah,
maybe.
So no, I like that. I thought it was fun. This whole scene is a good little bit of the Doctor and Clara injection into the plot, because they have been missing up until this point.
We haven't seen up until now, and this is halfway through the episode as well, so it's like they don't show up until this point here. I don't know. Bit of fun. Bit of fun, I guess. Yeah, it's good to see the Doctor at this point finally. I like it when they're walking through Sweetville and he's like, "Hey, you could call it Gillyflower Town, you could call it Gillyflower Land and have roller coasters."
It's good to hear him do his Doctor thing, but with the northern inflection, like he's not dropping it at all. Quite fun. Listen, I can respect the Doctor, right? We're two men with both we have good northern accents. So.
No, only one of us does. Okay.
What, you think Matt Smith's is good?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Frankly, no, I don't. But I think it's better than yours. Okay.
All right. I'll have to take that. I'm not a professionally trained actor like him, so I suppose I will take that on the chin.
And also, it used to just be my actual accent as well. All right.
This is the bit where they're like, why is it named after Sweet? What's that? What's all that about? And the Doctor questions if it's her late partner, Diana Rigg's late partner, and she says, "No, it's my silent partner." So again, what's this?
More mystery. Yeah, Mr. Sweet likes to keep himself to himself. Yeah. And then they open up the door to the home or whatever that they're looking into. And this is where things just get even more fucking weird, because there's just a fucking like a husband and wife, but they're frozen and they're in this like glass dome sort of thing, like a doll's house, and it's just, and then they get taken.
It feels like they've been like suspended in a snow globe type fucking shit. Yeah,
they're on display. It's a living museum. But again, for what though? Yeah. What is the purpose of this? I do not understand.
This is the part where, because I've seen this episode seems to be a bit more mixed. We've had some positive people write in about this. Right?
Not many.
No, not many. But I do want to know, and I'm excited. Maybe this will happen in Still Got Thoughts. I'm really excited to know, what are people getting out of this? People that fully understand this plot. What are we missing? I don't get it.
Maybe we'll find out as we go along. Who knows?
Maybe.
Then we see the Doctor. He gets dipped into the thing. He gets dipped into the fucking the vat of red, and he gets turned into a red Hulk. And then they're like, "Oh, reject, take him away, throw him in the canal or whatever." But Clara's fine. She's taken off or whatever.
Yeah. She's just in a line with a bunch of other women.
Yeah. All very pretty, especially Clara. And then Ada, we see Ada chaining up Matt Smith. Why did I do that? That's weird. Chaining up the Doctor and how he became her monster and that sort of stuff. And then we see Posho's brother run in, which was very funny the way he just runs in with that, I don't know, wild look on his face, that bewildered sort of thing, before he just fucking kicks it.
Immediately does.
Yeah.
So that ties the whole full circle to when we first saw the Doctor in the episode. Oh, that's why he's got the look in his eyes of the Doctor or whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, so we're up to speed.
We're up to speed. Then we're back to Jenny and the Doctor, and then Jenny's like, "But Clara, isn't she dead?" And because obviously we haven't touched base with Jenny and Vastra since obviously the Christmas special where we had the other Clara, so they don't know what the fuck's been going on. Yeah. Basically,
which I quite like that. I thought the episode might deliver on that promise a little bit more. Maybe give us a bit more to chew on there.
No, it really doesn't. This is about, well, not as much as you get, but not much more, to be honest.
I think you get it's absurd how little they touch on this. It's kind of like, we'll get to that. All right, things are complicated now, and then by the end, it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like the thing at the end. Anyway, we then have what next is possibly the most baffling scene in all of Doctor Who for me. And I get it. I get the joke. All right.
Yes, so do I.
But I don't understand why it's in this episode. It's like, was my right? So Strax is he's trying to get, I don't know, to fucking Sweetville or the factory or whatever, and he's like, stupid horse, you can't get me there. I'll kill you in the name of the Suntaran Empire or whatever.
Horse, you have failed in your mission.
Horse, you have failed in your mission. You know what Strax is usually like. Yeah. And then there's a little, Strax is lost, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's a little boy, a little street urchin. What day is it? It's Christmas Day, sir.
Yes, right. Yeah. Hello, sir, you need directions, sir?
Oh, it's Christmas Day, sir. And then the little boy says, he's basically a fucking sat-nav, all right? And I'm not being facetious with that. I mean, he is literally a fucking sat-nav and says, bear left a quarter of a mile, then you will have reached your destination. And then Strax is like, come on up on the carriage, what's your name? And he says, Thomas. My name is Thomas. The joke being
Tom Satnav.
Tom Satnav, yes. And it was Mark Gatiss. Did Mark Gatiss write this and just think this is the most hilarious thing in
Either
the
that,
world?
or he took an incredibly large under-the-table check from fucking Tom Satnavs. All right, but I don't know what's... The fact that Strax goes, you'll do well, boy. It's like... What's the joke? Is the joke for us to just go, Satnavs?
I'm not sure if you genuinely legally could do that in this era, because product placement, I don't think it was legal on the BBC in this era, or it might have just came in, I'm not sure.
Wow. So if it just came in, he was like, what's the fucking craziest shit I could get away with?
I don't know, I genuinely, it was around this era, so I'm not sure if it came in or not, but it might not have been legal. So I don't think it's product placement, but... I also just don't understand it. It's
even as product
insane.
placement, it would be fucking absurd. But this is the fact that it's not makes it frankly more absurd. That this is just what's happening.
It's not funny. First of all, it's not funny. It's just one of those things where you're like, okay, I get what you're doing, but it seems why is this boy a weird robot sat-nav?
And that's the joke of it. The fact that he says bear left and then you will have reached your destination. He even speaks like a robot sat-nav. But I guess the only way I can describe this is I guess it is just a joke that isn't that funny.
It's not a good joke at all.
It's not.
It's really not a good joke. The joke is just that the boy is a sat-nav, I guess. I don't know.
And then he goes up to invent sat-navs or something.
Yeah, maybe it's funnier in... I think he would have grown up to invent sat-navs if he was...
I don't know.
In 1893.
The long lineage line of Thomas. All right? Somewhere down that line.
Look, I don't know. I think, was sat-navs more of a novelty in 2013?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They weren't even recent, though. I remember we got one in, fucking 2005, 2006 or something. So, they weren't new.
No, they
weren't. We had Google
Maps
at that point, so,
Well, Season 4 did the whole Atmos thing, didn't they? So, that
exactly. That was more in the sort of fucking more recent era of them.
If anything, that was still late.
Exactly, yeah. So I cannot fathom it. He's not a good writer. He's just not a good writer, is he?
No, I don't think. I think his trouble is he thinks he's funnier than he is.
Yeah.
And I think he was like,
funny.
this is a fucking corker. I'll admit, if my dad was in the room, it probably would have got a laugh out of him. So maybe we're just not the audience for it.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a chuckle for the dads, watching with the kids or something like that. Like, oh, I've got one of them.
I tell you what, don't bloody work none either.
I don't know. It's not good.
No, it's not good. Anyway, what I do like about this scene, though, is Strax is under... he's just got his overcoat over what is clearly is just bare Sontaran, his Sontaran armour underneath. I'm like, oh, it's going to get real at some point for Strax.
Yeah, it's true.
It's rare we see him out of his tuxedo. So
it's true. Yeah, I'm just skipping forward here. None of this is really relevant. Jenny and the Doctor, doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah.
Gillyflower. What's this? Oh, this is where Ada's like, oh, my monster's gone and I'm sad, and then her mum comes in and is like, oh, fuck you, you lost one, you're a disappointment or whatever. Boring, who cares?
She says the bright day is over and like sick people like you are meant for the dark or something.
Yeah, not great, really, is
fucking
it? Just
cold. Yeah,
horrible person, really.
Yeah,
and obviously we find out more about her being horrible a little later on.
She's so wasted here, man. She's so wasted.
I mean, I've only seen her in this and Game of Thrones, but I'm sure she's good in other stuff.
She's incredible as a villainous turn. She's in Last Night in Soho. She's the old murderer in Last Night.
She is in Last Night in Soho, but that's not a good movie.
She's still good. I like the movie, but she's good in it.
It's not good, and it's also got a weird message as well. There's
aspects of it that are a little bit like, huh. Okay,
it's a bit odd, all right. What if rapists were the real victims? Actually,
there's a specific moment where I go, Edgar Wright, man, come on.
What are you doing here?
We can do a little bit better than this. We can make the script tighter and you made Hot Fuzz, all right. You can make a script tight. Yeah. We know it.
Matt Smith was in that as well.
Who was Matt Smith in Hot Fuzz?
No, in Last Night in Soho.
Oh yes, Matt Smith was in Last Night in Soho. A reunion of sorts.
Sure, yeah. Diana Rigg recently passed away. Rest in peace. And I remember at the time everyone was talking about like her long body of work and everything like that. So yeah, obviously she's been done a lot of stuff. I always just remember as that woman from the weird episode of Doctor Who. There we go.
Which is such a shame, mate. Like if that could be her lasting legacy for anyone, she'd probably fucking wake up from the dead and do another film just to make it different.
There's some fun stuff in this, but look, it's not great.
It's not a Diana Riggs worthy role. Like you don't get Diana Riggs for this.
No. Anyway, Jenny and the Doctor are doing some shit, and then like all Gillyflowers, whatever, man. All happy 100 episodes. All of like Gillyflowers, like fucking goons show up, and Doctor's like, "Oh, Attack of the Supermodels, bit of fun or whatever."
Yeah.
And this is where Jenny's like, "Hold on, Doctor, I'll handle this." And then she removes like her dress or bonnet or whatever the fuck she's wearing, and she's got like a sort of like a kind of like a Black Widow-esque sort of like leather skin tight number.
Yeah,
sort of
it's
like
a leather
cat
piece,
suit, a leather like skin tight cat suit sort of thing, and it's supposed to be like a sexy Black Widow sort of thing. The real war crime of this moment is the look on the Doctor's face as this happens, and then also the way his sonic screwdriver immediately points upwards as if to suggest an erect penis. That's the joke, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got a rock on. Look
he's got a rock on for this lesbian.
This is the Doctor has met Jenny before. This is not a new.
Like she's hot, yeah. She's a very attractive lady. Okay?
No one's discrediting this, but
as is her partner, who I would say is even more hot. All right, I just have a thing for sexy lizards. All right, so that's just me.
Catch you watching Godzilla. Oh, hello.
I love Godzilla.
I know you do. Look, I don't know. This is the thing that irks me about this is it's just such a fucking violent switch in the wrong direction. Like,
side note, Godzilla is in Fortnite now, and I haven't got him yet or anything, but I saw a video earlier of Godzilla just doing the default dance. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
You know there's shoes in Fortnite. You can put Godzilla in a pair of Jordans if you want.
You can put the shoes in Fortnite now?
Yeah, you can buy. You can like skins. You can buy shoes to give your character.
All right.
They really are like, what else can we make money off of here?
They are.
No, to their credit, it's a free-to-play game, so
it's
fair
free
enough.
to play. Yeah, you don't have to buy it, you know?
Yeah, but we just do.
we do. The amount of money I've spent on that game is ridiculous.
I know I could work it out if I added up what my skins would have cost on average, but I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm scared to know that figure.
That's information I don't need to know. Frankly, that's none of my business.
No, yeah. It's like when those banks that tried to do like a Spotify rap situation. They're like,
my bank does it.
Yeah,
my bank does it, and every year I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not looking that up. Fuck off.
Yeah, you can send that notification of fucking hell, mate. I do not need to see how much money I've given Uber Eats this year.
Yeah, I don't need to see how much I've spent on Greg's. Thank you, actually. All right.
So Jenny's mid-attacking, right? To give her a credit, she kicks some ass. Right, she takes down like three people. It's a bit tame.
No,
but...
it's not even that. It's two. She takes down two, and then the doctor just immediately pulls her away, and then they run off. And then Strax walks in and just shoots everyone. So that's pretty fun.
This was incredible. So this is what happened, right? Strax has been eating Miss Jenny's sherbet fancies, and now he's all hyper and wanting to fight for the glory of the Sontaran Empire again.
I think this is what you've got confused about with the licorice.
You might be right. You might actually be correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew you were correct earlier because it obviously wasn't licorice earlier.
It definitely was not licorice. All right.
Did you like the way Strax kind of like sulks off and he's like, I'm off to play with my grenades then?
I do like that. That's one of my favourite Strax lines. Just I'm gonna go play with my grenades. as he just walks off sulking.
He gets sent to the naughty step by Vastra. It's fun. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good. And frankly, he saved the day, really.
Yeah, he really did.
If anything, he's the hero. He did get a little overexcited, but look, he did a good job. Good for him, I reckon.
I reckon too. Right, we should breeze through some of this.
Yeah, we really should. Fucking hell.
Clara's defrosting and she's a little loopy, but she boops the doctor's nose.
Oh, that's very cute. Yeah, it's a nice, cute moment between them. Like that, sure.
Yeah. Vastra, she used to
the Doctor's Northern accent's back again. Yes. Once Clara's out, he's like, haven't you heard, love? There's trouble at mill.
I like this. I'm enjoying their bond.
She's a lizard as well.
Yeah. She's a lizard. Because you forget Clara doesn't know these people, I suppose.
No. Yeah. You're enjoying their bond?
I'm enjoying their bond, man. I think like it's not as like intrinsically linked. I remember so clearly when we talked about the 11th hour, we spoke about how like already Rory, Amy and the Doctor know each other so well. And they've got like this kind of bond together because... Oh, Rory wants to be a doctor, but he's a nurse, and Amy knew the Doctor when she was younger, but now we get all of that within the first 20 minutes of 11th hour, right? And that's great. And you don't necessarily have that with Clara, but they have a good chemistry, and they bounce back and forth. So I think the writing lacks in places, but performances really make up for it, I think.
Yeah.
Baba-da-boo,
this is all poo.
So they're going to put... Vastra used to have beef with parasites 65 million years ago, right? And there was a parasite that was like, here's red poison, and Clara's like, hang on a minute, their chimney doesn't blow up any smoke or whatever. And the Doctor's like, you're fucking right, they're probably going to try and use poison through the chimney or something.
Sure, that makes perfect sense, my guys. Yeah. Anyway, so then they go... Is that when they go to see Gillyflower?
Yeah, if Gillyflower is Diana Riggs, then yes. She's just in my notes as Diana Riggs.
Alright, great. Anyway, so then they go to see Diana Riggs.
Yeah. She's got a secret organ computer.
She has got a secret organ computer.
What's she hiding this for? This is her own house.
I don't know. This makes no sense, man.
And she plays like an intricate couple of keys or something and then pulls a lever and then it just fucking like, you're not going to see the lever? Anyone could pull that fucking lever.
Like in fucking Batman, where like to get to the Batcave, you need to put in a certain like tune on the piano or something.
Yeah,
and it opens up the Batcave.
Or the Shakespeare bust with
the Shakespeare bust. Yeah, that's the classic one. Yeah, ridiculous, man.
I think there's a few where it's like you pull a certain book in a bookshelf, and then it slides the door. They're not.
That's the old classic. Well, it's cool. Like, if that was in my house, I'd think that was cool.
What would you put in there? Like in your secret room. Actually, do I want to know?
I live alone, so I have no need for it.
Like Diana Riggs.
Exactly. I can just go to my... I don't need to make it a secret for any reason, do I? You know?
I tell you what though, look, it's hokey and it's stupid and it's dumb, but I really like the secret organ computer because it's already got levers and buttons on it, and then it spins around and she's like, my evil organ computer, and it just looks like the other side of an organ with the few more dials.
Yeah, it's true. I'll tell you what I just realised though, just before this though, however, there was quite a nice scene with the Doctor and Ada. Where
I like this, yeah.
Where they get a chance to actually talk now that the Doctor can actually speak and stuff, and he like thanked her for looking after him and keeping him safe, keeping him safe and stuff, which is quite nice. And then they're asking her to basically betray her mum. So yeah,
yeah. You kind of got to win her over before you ask that. But no, there's.
But that is genuinely quite a nice scene, though.
It is nice. He recognizes that, like, despite her role in all of this, like, she's obviously a victim of this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
100%.
He doesn't go like, "You're a freak and you kept me in a cell." He like recognizes that she was only trying to do right by him to what little she did.
And she is literally a victim of abuse as well. Like, literally. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so organ, fucking piano computer or whatever. And then she, like, shows off Mr. Sweet. We see Mr. Sweet, and he's, like, a little thing on her breasts. Yeah. Or whatever.
So this whole fucking scene, right?
Ridiculous.
It's genuinely so stupid.
I mean, yeah, the whole episode is, yeah.
But this scene in particular...
In return, Mr. Sweet gives her his nectar.
What's that?
I don't know, but it sounds gross.
It sounds real gross. What's the nectar?
Like cum, probably.
Fuck, what does she want to do with that, though?
I don't know. She uses this red juice for something. I don't know what.
Yeah, for something. That's what it... What's happening, man?
I don't know.
Anyway, the Doctor has a line...
It's not even well explained. She's just like, oh, where have you got that? And she's like, he's a survivor. He's grown fat on the filth of humanity. All right, what does that mean, though?
Yeah.
Like,
he's not fat.
He's tiny.
He's a skinny worm.
He's a little shrimp or whatever.
It's so fucking extra and stupid to go like, we have a close relationship, me and Mr. Sweet. Symbiotic, you might even say. It's like,
oh, God.
Well, yeah, how long you had that one locked in case you wanted to do the reveal?
You know what? One of the best lines in possibly all of Doctor Who might be the Doctor saying, look, I've seen this stuff before, all right? You really don't know what you're dealing with, all right? That venom, in the wrong hands, it could wipe out life on this whole planet. And then Diana Rigg, I'll give Diana Rigg this. She puts her all into this, all right? She's not slacking, all right? She's like, I've got her all in Doctor Who. I'm fucking showing up to work, all right?
Yeah.
And she does show up to work, and then she goes to the Doctor saying, oh, in the wrong hands or whatever, and she then holds out her palms and says, do you know what these are? The wrong hands, she says.
Look, right, here's the part in the episode where I'd be lying if I said I weren't having a bit of fun, I guess.
This is what I'm saying. It's fun. Like, it's not good. Like, do not mistake me, all right? It is not good, but it's fun.
Yeah, I suppose it is. My notes say it's really fucking lame, right? Because like it's not really a reveal where you get any extra context. It's just the Doctor comes in and quite literally, right? This is a crazy fucking line as well. He walks in and he goes, "I'm the Doctor. You're nuts, and I'm going to stop you."
That is a crazy line. There's a few lines in this scene. There's one I'll get to in a moment, but then where I just burst out laughing at all of them. The hands one was one. The I'm the Doctor, you're nuts was another. And then there's another one which I'll get to. But they're all, I don't know. Like, he's not great, is he? But he has a go, all right?
He does. He certainly has a go. If anything, he might have too much of a go in places.
He puts pen to paper, doesn't he? Right? He has a go.
All right? Just a bad description of his job, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we find out that Ada wasn't actually beaten by her dad. She was tested upon and used as a guinea pig for this.
Yeah.
So
not great from Diana Riggs.
No, bad Diana Riggs. You're a bad person, actually.
Yeah.
For doing this.
No, it's kind of it's a reveal that, like, well, yeah, Mum, it's not really going to change much. Her mum was a fuckhead anyway. Like, yeah. But like for Ada, you can see why that would obviously be devastating because she has worked for this cause.
And then Ada just fucking snaps, man. And then she says, "You hag, you perfidious hag, you virago, you harpy, all these years I have helped you, served you, looked out for you. Does it count for nothing? Nothing at all? And then she just fucking hits her with a cane.
Right, this is the part. This is where I wrote down this is so fucking lame. Right, because the hitting with the cane, whilst I appreciate a good cane wallop, right, it's so obviously like... There's no stunt coordinators on that day. They didn't have the money or time for body doubles, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite clearly just a woman hitting Diana Riggs with a cane, but pulling back the fucking weight of the swing. So Diana Riggs is just going,
Historically, Doctor Who has never been great at, like, sort of any kind of combat.
No,
like,
physical altercations in Doctor Who always look weird.
Always look fucking horrible. All right.
Case in point, Jenny earlier, they did like they do that thing where she does a little flip and they go whoosh, and it goes quick for a second and they go slow again, and it's like none of this is in the right frame rate for this. You can't do this with the way you film this.
No, it never looks good. It never looks good, basically. Yeah. Anyway, then Mrs. Gillyflower just pulls out a fucking gun.
I fucking cried with laughter when this happened.
It just keeps escalating, doesn't it?
I don't know what about it is, because it's Victorian England, right? So a gun shouldn't feel necessarily too crazy.
No, there were guns in Victorian England. It's the same era as cowboy time, isn't it?
But it feels like, wild.
It does.
For some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because they've gone from, this is my alien fucking, like, little squid whatever thing.
I've got a little red alien that I breastfeed too. I've got a gun and I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
Oh my god. She right, so she uses Ada as a hostage to escape. Yeah. Right? And this is another part of me that I liked, right? The doctor's like, well, we should go. No, Clara's like, we should go after them, and the doctor's like, no, if we go over, she'll fucking shoot Ada in the head immediately. Yeah. Like, firstly, that's not how hostages work, but okay. And then Clara's like, well, what do we do then? The doctor's like, well, we'll go around another way, and then picks up a chair and fucking smashes.
No. You're misremembering, Lawrence.
What happened then?
Because this is the other line which made me laugh profusely. Okay. This is where the doctor, like, they go to follow, and the doctor goes, hang on, I've got a sonic screwdriver, and Clara goes, yeah, I've got a chair, and then just throws the fucking chair at the organ computer.
Oh yeah, and the switch up of Diana Riggs, and she's like, oh no, oh my work is done. Yeah, just immediately humbled. Oh my lord.
Amazing.
Fucking stupid scene.
Truly amazing. The doctor that later he does that. He grabs the chair and just throws it out the window.
Okay, so
I say later, like 5 seconds later.
It's just a lot of chairs going about.
Yeah, but so Gillyflower takes Ada hostage or whatever, and you're right. The doctor's like, hold on, no, we can't go after her because she'll kill her. So instead, we have to go out of this window and then go after her.
Yes. Be easier, even if this theory was correct, be easier just to wait in this room for 1 minute, wouldn't it? And then go.
Because what is the difference? There's no difference at all, really.
Diana Riggs has a bit of a hard line when she goes like, is the gas in place or something? Or like, have the reserves been...
Has the venom been loaded?
That's it, yeah. Has the venom been loaded? And they go, yes. And she goes, then heaven await you. And then she just dips. And I'm like, oh, that's a bit cold. It's like an exit line, isn't it?
Sure. Anyway, then they go to the old-timey rocket, and like, she's got Ada. She's still holding Ada hostage as she like makes her way up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's like, "Hey, don't do it because I'm the doctor or whatever, and I'll stop you."
Well, she's like, "I've got a fucking second launching thing, right?" She's like, I've got another mechanic that was going to launch this missile into the air or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just a fucking electrician's box on the side of the fucking thing.
Just a big lever, really.
Yeah. Anyway, then Diana Riggs misses 2 shots point blank.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I guess it's a stressful scenario, I suppose. And then launches a CGI rocket into the air.
Yeah, the rocket gets launched, but it's empty, so who cares? They didn't load up the venom, so alright, I guess that's problem solved then.
Yeah.
It's just off screen, Vastra and Jenny just I don't know, removed the venom or whatever. So that's sorted.
And so obviously, famously, nothing will happen with this rocket. That's just that will just stay up in space forever. We reckon.
It blows up, doesn't it? It blows up.
Oh, it does blow up. Yeah. No, you're all right. Yeah.
Again, Lawrence, pay attention.
Sorry. So yeah, there's like a you're surrounded moment, right? Fucking Diana Riggs is surrounded by Vastra, Jenny, and Strax. Strax is at the top of the tower with his gun.
And then another line again. Diana Riggs, like, she fucking shows up for work. She puts 100% into it, and then she go, well, you know, if I can't take the world, I'll take you all with me. And then she just goes, you'll have to die. And then she just starts randomly shooting in different directions.
This resolution fucking killed me. Right, honestly, because the fact that Strax, I understand the way they frame it up is like it's not as brutal as it seems. Strax shoots her hand that is holding the railing, which then topples her over and then fucking just domes her into the ground, and you see blood pouring out of her head.
Honestly, you should have just shot her in the head. Really,
for what it achieved, it's the same outcome. But no, she's not quite dead because she's
she falls over, and then the doctor goes, ouch.
Yeah, and then you see the position she died in. It's a classic death position. Like,
well, she's just laying down.
Yeah.
Anyway, then that big red worm, or that little red worm, starts crawling away from her breasts. And she's like, no, Mr. Sweet, come back to my breasts. Yeah.
You weren't mates. Why would it stay here? You're going to be dead.
She loved him. Well, yeah, he's a parasite, isn't he?
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. Then, another fun thing. Diana Riggs goes like, are you ever going to forgive me? And she's like, no. And she's like, that's my girl. Great.
Then she just dies. But also the way she dies, it's so funny. Her actual death, she's just like, she goes, that's my girl.
Yeah.
And then, like, no one could see that, but just has like just a weird look on her face as she just dies instantly at that point.
I got flashbacks to it might be the second funniest Doctor Who death up to this point. The first being John Sim in the season 3 finale, when he just kind of squeezes his eyes.
Similar vibes, definitely. Anyway, then the Doctor's like, oh, maybe I'll take that little fucking red rat thing back to the Jurassic era. And then Ada's like, ha, fuck no, and just beats the shit out of it with her cane.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, maybe not then, I guess.
Yeah.
That's that.
Fair fucks. Yeah. And then the episode's pretty much done. There's a little bit of like, well, Clara, you go in the TARDIS. The Jenny and Vastra are like, you never told us why Clara's here.
No. He's like, Clara. I can't remember what he says basically, but basically, whatever he says, it ends up with him saying to Clara, "You're the boss." And then Clara has a little look on her face. She says, "Am I?" with like a raised eyebrow, which is very kinky, and I enjoy that quite a bit.
Okay.
So, I can only imagine they got into kinky shenanigans after this.
So. What, before she got home, kind of?
She dominated the fuck out of him.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh my god, I forget we're going into your insufferable era sometimes. Oh,
we're already in it. We're not as deep into it yet. I will get worse, trust me.
Fuck, great. So yeah, this is when Jenny goes, you haven't explained about Clara. What's going on? And the Doctor's like, whatever, see ya.
I like that though. I like the not saying anything. The way he like goes up to him and he goes up to her and goes, no, and then just dips. Oh, by the way, suit talk. I love his look.
His hat is extraordinary.
His little bowler hat is great, but also I love his suit. I love the little check pattern on his tweed suit. It's a lovely little look. I like it quite a lot. It might be his best look.
It might, to be honest. It might be. I really dig the hat. I think the hat really works for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I like it a lot. It's a good look, man.
Oh, we stand united with Matt Smith's hat look.
Finally. Finally, something has united us for Suit Talk.
Peace talks.
On the 100th episode, we have finally achieved peace.
Oh my god, it's poetic. So this is the final little gag of the episode, right? The mustache man sees the TARDIS dematerialize and has a final faint to himself. We never see him again, so presumably he died here and there.
Presumably he did, yeah. Rule of 3, though. I'll tell you what, at least you got that one right, Marky Mark.
Yeah.
So good on
the
you.
the most basic thing to the fact that we know what it is. Well done, Mark. Yeah. You executed it well.
Well done. Have the day off. I
think he did. Yeah.
I think he did as well. I think he fucking sourced this one out of $5, to be honest. Look, and then there's a bit of a little sting at the end, a little tease, really. Clara gets back home. She's in modern day dress again, and she on her computer, on her home computer, if you can imagine such a thing, there is some pictures of various adventures. We see her on the submarine. We see the moment we see her in the haunted house, the Hyde house, and then the kids come in and they're like, "Hey, we're bad actors, and we found all these adventures of you travel in time or whatever, right?" And then they're like, "Oh, you was in Victorian London," and then they go, "No, I was in Victorian Yorkshire, actually." Dobbing herself in it, she's put her foot in her mouth, and then they pull out, which I don't understand how they have it, but they've got a full photograph of Clara from the Victorian era, which it's just a full promotional photograph of Clara from the Christmas special. But like, was she posing for that in the 1800s, was she?
Well, you never know, right? Maybe they were like, but maybe it was
Lawrence, it was a HD photograph, all right? Come on.
It might have been a bartender of the month employee situation for the wall.
And they had just a 4K camera on hand, did they?
Yes.
In 1893 or whatever.
Look, I tell you what, one thing I did take away from the scene is somewhere up in heaven, Clive is looking down with a big beaming smile on his face. Like, look at these kids following in the footsteps of giants here.
Fair, yeah. He would be proud of his kids he doesn't know.
Yeah. Oh, man, Clive. Still can't believe that Clive just got shot in the face.
Rest in peace to my man Clive.
R.I.P. to a ledge.
Anyway, if you thought they were bad actors this week, just wait until next week, because that's going to be fun.
Oh, I hear that they're terrible next week, yeah.
They're not great, yeah.
Jeez.
So,
anyway, sounds fun.
Lots of fun to look forward to. Anyway, then the episode ends, and that's it.
Certainly is. What's next?
We did it. Next is this. Oh. Fuck.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
For the 100th time, this is everyone's favourite section where we get to take a chance to look back and reflect on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every single week. Lawrence, who is your weirdo for this week?
So we obviously have already spoken about it because there's no possible way we couldn't have already spoken about it. All right, no. But I didn't want to bring it up then and spoil the reveal. It's the Satnav boy. Of course it's the Satnav boy.
Lawrence, you know what? Same.
Because it's that weird, right?
It's so weird, yes. It's so fucking weird.
Look, we elaborated on it already, but it's just if it's a joke, it's a bad one, all right? And it's a strange inclusion. It makes no sense. And quite frankly, I'm fucking amazed it stayed in the episode, because it doesn't need to be. The scene is entirely contingent on that joke. It's not an off-the-cuff part of a good scene.
There is nothing about that scene that is crucial to the episode.
No.
Well, the only thing really that you could argue is that at the end, when you see Strax shooting Diana Rigg, that little boy is also there. But then, I don't know, just take him out or whatever.
Just paint over him a little bit,
yeah, put like a fucking CGI box over him or whatever, you know? Like, there is fucking no reason why this scene needs to be there at all.
Replace him with Strax's horse. The horse is just looking over the edge.
Sure, that's better, sure. Like, it is not good. No. It's not funny in any way at all. And it makes no sense.
The funniest part of that joke is trying to figure out who thought it was funny.
Yeah. I can't understand. I'd love to. I wonder if it exists. If there's footage of the read through of this episode, and just when they get to that moment in the script and the look on people's faces as they get through that, are they laughing in the room? Do you reckon? Is Mark Gatiss got a big smile on his face as he looks around proudly? Like I read that.
I reckon there's a polite chuckle from cast and crew, and then what we won't see is that at lunch break, when Mark Gatiss went out to go and grab a coffee or something, everyone went, so that was fucked, Rick. That was real strange, right?
So we're all in agreement that was weird, right? Yeah.
Do we have to film that? Do we that's embarrassing to say.
We'll just cut it, but then they never did. So.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, Nathan, it's time for the audience to have their say, and we're changing this segment, aren't we?
Not really, kind of, a little bit. Look, we had a conversation earlier this week because as we have moved, still got thoughts like to the Discord. Really, it's just become more convenient for most people to just send it a message there, and as a kind of a result of that, we end up getting less emails now. We don't get near as much as many emails, just because it's just easier and quicker for people to send in a message on the Discord, and that's fine.
It's nice for other people to see them and be able to interact with them as well, a little bit.
Yeah, sure. And this week we, until yesterday, we only had one email for the whole week, and I was like, and it was quite a nice email as well, and I thought maybe this will be the point where we'll just like switch over from, emails and Discord or whatever to just sort of the Discord. But like the idea was that we'd still have the emails, but like it wouldn't be as rigorous as it is now, like a regimented thing where 3 emails and then, however many Discord messages. If we get a nice email, we'll still read it out in future episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's more so that like really the place we still got thoughts is now the Discord. And then we had that conversation yesterday, and then probably about half an hour after that, I got 2 more emails. So now I actually have 3 emails to go through. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just be switching it. But again, like the emails are still there. It's still there as an option if people do want to use it.
Yeah. If you're not part of the Discord, like, and you think this is us being like, we don't want to. We still absolutely want to hear what you have to say. So please still write in. Yeah.
Absolutely, but we just have noticed that as we've started doing it on Discord, like people are just emailing it in less, and that's understandable because it's just easier to send it a message there.
Yeah, but we've created another area where more people are more frequently. Yeah, so
exactly. But like for anyone who's not in the Discord, which I understand it's not for everyone. If you still want to have that option, that is absolutely still be there, and it will still be there. So yeah, but there might be some weeks where we don't read out any emails just because either we haven't had any or the ones we did have just might not be necessarily relevant. So,
yeah, we try not to sum up the same takes as well. Like if someone in the Discord has said something that someone in the email said, it's probably more likely we'll just read one of those out rather than repeat a lot of people's similar opinions. Anyway, where do you want to start this week?
Whichever one is nicer about it.
Yeah, whichever one's more self-aggrandizing.
Yes. I'll read an email, first of all. This one is from Daniel Dakin, who says, 100th episode. Hi guys, congrats on the 100. Like Doctor Who itself, you're continuing to find new ways to feel fresh while still maintaining the original winning formula. Be proud of yourselves for what you produce is such a high quality. I don't know about that.
That's bold, yeah.
And I'm sure I'm right in saying it brings such a positive impact to people's lives again. I don't know about that, but that is very sweet. Thank you. 100 seems like a good milestone to ask a quick few questions, if you don't mind. I have ranked the first 100 Doctor Who episodes from best to worst so far. Of course, you don't want to be sitting here reading out 100 episode titles in order.
Oh, thank God.
You won't wholly agree with. So here's just a snippet. My top 5 and bottom 3 so far.
Nice.
So top 5 are I'll go from they've done it as number 1 to 5, but I'll go from 5 to 1.
Yeah.
5 to 1, Vincent and the Doctor is number 5.
Nice.
The Waters of Mars is number 4.
Nice.
The Sound of Drums is number 3.
Ooh, okay.
Dalek is number 2.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Turn Left.
Turn Left. Do you know what? Turn Left is not I wouldn't give it my number one spot, but that's not unworthy of it by any means.
No.
Are there any sneaks in there for you? What do you disagree with that?
Yeah, well, I'll get back to that in a minute. Yeah, and then the bottom three are at 98, Cold War. They've actually written Cold War, but I changed it to the official title.
Yeah, of course.
99, Curse of the Black Spot, and 100, Hide.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and again, this is so far. This is
okay.
The first 100 episodes of New Who. Right. I'm not necessarily a fan of how RTD heavy the top 5 is. Personally,
okay, yeah, sure. I would say I like RTD being top 5 heavy, but I think maybe not the right RTDs are in there for me.
Yeah, Waters of Mars definitely deserves to be in there.
Yeah,
Vincent and the Doctor absolutely does. I'd probably throw in an 11th hour there myself.
Yeah,
Dalek is good. I don't think I'd put the Sound of Drums in there, and I don't think I'd put Turn Left in there. I definitely wouldn't put the Sound of Drums in there.
Yeah.
But and I also wouldn't put Turn Left in there. But
what might you sneak in? I agree. I wouldn't put Turn Left or Sound of Drums in there. I might sneak in a Human Nature and Family of Blood story.
I was thinking that, but I don't know. I'd have to do them both as just a one sort of thing.
Yeah,
because I think that could potentially. Waters of Mars would be.
I've got to put Parting of the Ways in there somewhere, I think.
Nah, not for me.
Really?
My question to you is this: what are your personal best and worst episodes from the top 100, or from the 100? And what are your favourite moments of Still Got Legs as it too hits the milestone? Lawrence, what's your favourite moment of Still Got Legs?
Favourite moment of Still Got Legs? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Regrettably so, maybe the Cum Saga was a fun time.
But
we've now learnt from that. So it was fun at the time, but we've paid.
I don't think we've paid in any way. Just everyone got a little bit hyper after that.
Everyone did get very excited. Yeah,
everyone got very horny and hyper after that, so that's fine.
Yeah.
What have I enjoyed? I don't know.
I do. I've enjoyed. This is kind of singular to me as well. I've enjoyed going through an era of the show I'm not that familiar with and rediscovering how much I enjoyed it. And that goes for this era, but also the Ninth Doctor era. I had my sights of the RTD1 era was so singularly set on David Tennant's time that I'd largely forgotten about the Ninth Doctor. And though I knew those episodes, I never looked back on them as an adult, and doing that gave me a real appreciation for those stories.
Yeah, 100%. I'd agree. I'd also just say getting the Discord set up as well has been a really good thing.
The shift from season 4 to season 5 was really great for Still Got Legs as a show, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was. And again, getting a chance to build this community and have this space, it's been great. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, we kind of already did the episodes as well by correcting our version of your list.
Thanks again for all you bring to us, Daniel, sent from my iPhone. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, nice. That's a lovely email. Thank you very much. Nice to hear some nice things about this show. I don't know if we're necessarily making a positive impact.
Definitely not, I'd say. I'd actually argue the opposite. I'd say it's negative impact, really.
Yeah. That's probably fair. Right, do you want to go a bit back and forth on the Discord? Pick out some messages here?
No, I'm still doing emails, mate.
Oh, yeah, of course you've got more emails, haven't you? All right. So, they call me Dr. Worm in the Discord, says, we watched this in the server and 2 out of the 4 people in the voice chat fell asleep. I was one of them. So there you go.
That's Ari, by the way. Shout out Ari.
I know. Ari, stop changing your fucking name on the Discord. Please. So hard to keep up.
That's good. That's fair, though. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Give us an email.
Nah, do another one.
All right. Sage Prime says, fellow Sage here. You hear about all this Sage?
I woke up one day and everyone was called Sage.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it at all. I was very confused.
Yeah, and we're still confused.
I'm still confused, quite frankly.
Yeah. So,
anyway, I'm deleting the server.
No. Sage Prime says, fellow Sage here, been loving the podcast so much, and it's the best and only podcast about Doctor Who rewatches. Very true.
That's true.
I'm so glad I joined on the Discord. It's an amazing family despite only being here for a few days. Your takes on Doctor Who never fail to amaze me, especially when it involves Lawrence being horrifically wrong and you being too mean on the curse of the black spot. Look,
I don't think we were mean enough.
That episode sucks.
Yeah,
real hard. This episode followed up funnily by, this episode is so boring and I'm scared of that red fucker, so I'd rather ask what Doctor Who monster you most likely think you'd beat, like with a cane.
I would be the Absorbaloff.
Oh yeah, I'd love to beat him up.
Yeah, like a shoe or something.
Can we define beat?
Him. Yeah, you couldn't punch him. What do you mean?
Well, define beat into like, do we beat him do we win the day, or do we actually get to like hit him with a brick or something?
I assume like beat him with like something. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Luke Vatican.
I could also. Oh fuck yeah! But I could also beat him at a game of Fortnite as well.
Yes, so true. He can't even play Fortnite. He'd absorb the controller.
Exactly. No, whereas I wouldn't. So there we go.
What Doctor Who monster would you most like to be a skin in Fortnite? I've got mine locked and loaded with a pre-packaged emote ready to go.
I would say, if you see, the thing is, Fortnite wouldn't do this, but if they kept it height accurate, Banner Cafalata.
Oh,
because
that would be so sick.
Because your hitbox would be so small, first of all. So it'd be great. But that's exactly why they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Banner Cafalata could have a sick emote where he went cyborg and then sent a pulse out.
I could, yeah. That'd be good. Yeah,
that'd be sick.
I don't know. Who would you do?
I'd have a Slitheen with the head unzipping emote.
Yeah, boring.
No, that's a solid one. I do like Banner Cafalata more though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, read us an email if you would.
This is from Brooke Spokes.
The book.
Shut up, Lawrence. This is from Brooke Spokes, who says, the Crimson Horror, brackets, and what a horror it is. Dear Nathan and Lawrence, intentionally spell our names wrong, I will say. Like,
rude.
Naythene and Lorenne.
I hate that big time.
There you go. First time writing in, brackets, and it actually is, looking at you, Ari. Ari, 2 shout-outs. I've spent the last month and a bit having my headphones blaring each episode to try catch up, and now I am in mourning at the lack of Still Got Legs. Perhaps I shall mosey on over to AHP. Ooh, please do. It's a good time over there.
Yeah.
I was so incredibly excited to realise that I had managed to catch up with a pod in time for the 100th episode, until I realised that the 100th episode was this pile of shit episode. After giving it a rewatch, it wasn't quite as abysmal as I thought it was, but I was still not good by any means. It makes sense that it's a Mark Gatiss episode. Yes, it does. Matt Smith's Yorkshire accent was quite fun, brought a smile to my face. It was nice to have an episode outside the typical Victorian London we see, though of course it was still Cardiff. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. I liked the reappearance of the Paternoster gang, but I feel like it was a swing and a miss with Jenny's character. She seemed boring, and don't get me started on the kiss between Eleven and Jenny. 11, my weirdo for real. There you go. I think that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
The Skyrodon Ada looked pretty cool, and the reveal that it was her mother experimenting on her brought up some really interesting ideas that were somewhat explored. I truly did enjoy the scene at the end with Ada destroying the red tit-sucking leech.
Tit-sucking leech, Jesus.
I wasn't a fan of Miss Gillyflower's performance. It seemed excessively over the top and melodramatic. I mean, it was, but that's what I enjoyed about it, which took me out of it a lot. I did, however, enjoy the wrong hands line. It was quite clever and enjoyable. Overall, this episode isn't quite as awful as I once thought, having not revisited it for quite some time, but it still fits with the rest of the series Series 7. Mostly forgettable, boring episodes, and as much as Clara is one of my favourite companions, brackets after Bill and Donna, she doesn't shine at all in Series 7. Ooh. I love how her character develops. With Capaldi, get ready for some more emails from me for his era, but something is lacking for me when it comes to Clara and Smith. I'm glad we're nearing the end of Series 7. Only one more subpar episode to come before the show starts picking up in quality again. Sorry for the long email. Before I wrap up, I want to extend my love for the show. This was the first podcast I found, Jesus. So you can truly say that for me, it is the only podcast in the world.
Yay.
Keep on legging. There we go. Thank you, Brooke.
That's incredible. The first podcast you found.
That's wild, yeah.
That is wild. There's so many
Imagine
better
this
ones.
being your introduction to podcasts. There's nowhere to go from here. This is the best one.
Yeah, that's a shame, actually. You've experienced peak too early.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, dear. Anyway, a couple more
Thank you,
Discord
Brooke.
messages, if you will.
I won't.
Okay. Doma says, to be honest, this episode was a bit of a mental void going in, having only seen it when airing and remembering almost nothing. Watching it again, I can see why. Helped myself to a pretty strong vodka and coke to help me finish it. And on the bright side, you're spoiled for choice with Weirdo of the Week. So spoiled, we picked the same one.
Yeah.
Drunk me could muse for hours on Thomas, creating many fan theories about him being some creature from outside of time, but not so far out of time that he realises how much of a dated reference Tom-Toms are. Hopefully this run of boring episodes will end soon, and with the next episode at least being interesting to talk about if memory serves. I have no idea about next episode other than there's kids and Cybermen, so...
There certainly are kids and Cybermen.
Is it good? Would you say it's a good one?
I'd say there's good elements to it.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Is it an upward trajectory?
It's better than this. It's better than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to go down. Last one I'll read out from... Oh, sorry, you've got an email, haven't you?
No, go on. You're fine.
Leah Sage says, I would like to hear your pitch on who the next Doctor should be portrayed by and the worst possible actor to portray the Doctor to. So, who should be the next one, I guess, after Ncuti?
Portray the Doctor too?
The Doctor... yeah, and who the worst one should be. So who would we pick to play the Doctor, and then who would be the worst possible choice to play the Doctor?
Olivia Colman, as in, would be a good choice.
That'd be incredible. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Olivia Colman would be great. Worst choice, I'm going to go with... I guess you could just be easy and go with someone cancelled, like Kevin Spacey or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty horrible choice. But... a bad choice for the Doctor, I would say. Here's what I'll say: bad choice for the next Doctor, David Tennant.
Oh, it's a bit of a gel freak on there, but I respect it. And to be honest, it probably has been discussed at certain points. So
might have been.
Yeah. I know he's in the popular zeitgeist because of Bridgerton and Wicked right now, but I think Jonathan Bailey could fucking smash the Doctor out of the park.
He's been in Doctor Who.
Oh, he is in. We haven't seen the episode yet.
We haven't seen him yet. No, we'll see him next season. Yeah.
But I think he's got that energy. He could. And that doesn't mean much. Peter Capaldi was in Doctor Who, so
that's true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But no, I think he could smash it out of the park. He's fucking... You've seen him. He's in Broadchurch as well. He's the newspaper boy.
He's the newspaper boy in Broadchurch, yeah.
Who'd be a bad choice?
I've also seen him in Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's that. You've never watched Bridgerton, have you? Or any of it?
No, I couldn't give a shit.
Bridgerton made me realise that he could bring the seriousness to it if he wanted to. In season 2 specifically, he's got some fucking great performance moments.
Catherine told me though that his horse is the same horse from he loves the horse that so much that it's the same horse from Bridgerton as in Wicked.
Yeah, he works for the same performance horse, I guess. Yeah, which that's fun, isn't it?
I guess. Yeah,
brings his horse. He's got the star powered juice now to bring his horse wherever he wants.
Yeah, I guess they're a double act.
Yeah, exactly.
Jonathan Bailey and that horse. Yeah.
Even if it's not appropriate, you find a way you write a horse in.
All right, and who's your bad choice? Ariana Grande.
Who?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana. Weirdly enough, she's got the charm. She could do something real weird with it, but it might not be great. Who would be my worst choice for the Doctor? This sounds bad, but like just someone a bit bland. Like you can be an amazing actor. Like,
Don't be a coward. Say a name.
I can't. No, because I'm talking about a vibe of person. Yeah, that's a cop out. I don't fucking know. David Walliams. He'd be bad.
I feel like that's a cop out.
It is. It's definitely. I can't think of anyone on the spot. I'm not good under pressure.
I mean, I said David Tennant, which is also a cop out, to be fair.
Yeah, so there you go. We've done. I'll tell you what. I'll actually give it some thought and I'll put it on the Discord. So there you go. There's your incentive.
He won't. He absolutely will not. Don't hold him to that. He is literally going to forget he ever thought about. He'll forget this ever happened the moment he stops recording this.
To prove Nathan wrong, I will do it, and it will be in there by the time this episode
comes out. And how many
comes
times has he also done this? All right, to prove Nathan wrong, I'll do this, and it never happens. All right.
Well, you'll all see, won't you? You'll all see tomorrow morning.
We will see. Yes, we will see. All right. Any more?
Well, have you not got a last email?
Yeah, I do. But I'm just seeing if you have any more.
Nah, that's it.
All right, fuck everyone else. This one is from Joe Candy, who says, the Crimson shit. Hi, Nathan and Lawrence. Joe here, IRL friend of Garen. I said hi, Joe, last week.
This is the Joe.
This is Joe. This is my first time emailing in because I've only just caught up to the show. I love listening to the pod while slowly rewatching Doctor Who for the millionth time. I love the different opinions with passion you guys have for the show. To give a general overview of my own opinions, I prefer Moffat to RTD1 and 2 overall. I think the current TARDIS is the best design, and the worst design is yet to come. And I'm also a Capaldi stan, so I'm very excited for you to get his episodes in the new year. There we go. When they say current TARDIS, I think they mean the TARDIS we're discussing now, not the
that's what I was
shooting
thinking,
out TARDIS. Yes. Because I saw the look of confusion on your face.
Yeah.
As for the Crimson Horror, it's absolute shit from a butt. Garen told me weeks ago that shit from a butt was catching on. I understand why maybe celebrating the 100th episode wasn't a top priority for the Doctor Who crew, with the 50th celebration coming up. But this episode is just dreadful. Honestly, I wanted to go into 7B with a positive attitude, and this is usually a massive skip for me on rewatches. But this string of episodes is truly some of the weakest back-to-back in the show's run-up to this point. And the worst is yet to come, in my opinion. The only redeeming quality in this episode is the Paternoster gang again, and even then, Vastra and Strax are kind of wasted, and the stuff with Jenny is a bit weird. Shame we only saw this trio in a handful of episodes. I love Clara, but maybe this would have been a good opportunity to have a TARDIS team with companions who aren't modern-day British girls. I'm sure their Big Finish episodes are bangers, though. My weirdo of the week is the Doctor for being a sex pest towards Jenny and comedically saying, ouch, after a woman fell to her death. Absolutely feral behaviour. Out of curiosity, do you guys have any favourite 100-episode specials of shows? The only one I can think of is Glee, and that episode is a banger. I'm hyped for when you start to slushy boys. Hope you guys have a lovely week. Looking forward to taking part in Still Got Thoughts in the future. Can you please tell Garen that I know his address? He'll know what it means. All the best, Joe, he, him. Thank you, Joe. Garen, Joe knows your address.
That last bit feels like we're complicit in a crime now, doesn't it?
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Watch the 100th episode of Glee.
Is it the one where there's a school shooter, but there's not?
Probably not, no. Look it up. It's not the one where Corey Monteith dies, is it?
God, I hope not. It's called 100. The plot is that for their 100th assignment, Glee Club director Will Schuester, aka a war criminal, asks old and new members alike to sing remixed versions of their favourite songs and announces that he has invited April Rhodes, who I believe is the original Galinda, to join them.
Yeah.
Will and April then lead the students in a performance of Raise Your Glass. Oh, this is like a moment-to-moment point. I feel like there's probably just a bunch of celebs, right?
What songs do they do?
The songs in there, Raise Your Glass, Toxic. Oh, the Toxic episode. Yeah, that's a good performance from them.
Toxic has then been done multiple times on the show, though.
Is it the one where like Will Schuster's been a real sex criminal?
No, that's the first time we do it.
Oh, okay. No. Defying Gravity, that makes sense. with who's there. Valerie, Keep Holding On, and Happy. So, yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow's in it as well, but she was in quite a few of them back in the day. So
she was, yeah. All right. Any favourite 100th episodes of shows?
I don't watch a lot of shows that get to 100 episodes, I don't think, really.
No, you're boring. You like weird fucking miniseries that have like 4 episodes and are about like a depressed guy or whatever.
What's that one? Go on.
I don't know, the Penguin or some shit.
The Penguin! What about you?
I like How I Met Your Mother's 100th episode. That's a good one. Where like Barney sings that song all about suits. That's a good bit of fun. 100th episodes.
Sitcoms don't tend to make a big deal out of it, really, do they?
They do, yeah, they do.
Do they? Like New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, New Girl, Parks and Rec, The Office. I can't think of any standout 100s from them.
No, I can't either, to be honest. Arrow did a 100th episode where they were all abducted by aliens and then had flashbacks and stuff, which was quite weird. Yeah, which was quite weird.
But yeah, so I guess there you go. Sorry, lackluster answers.
You didn't answer
because I don't have one. I don't know of one. I can't think of a single one, honestly. But the Glee one sounds fun.
I'm gonna look some up. I tell you what I do like. The Simpsons famously didn't celebrate the 100th episode, but they did celebrate the 136th episode or something. They had like a big 136th episode special, which was quite fun.
And that was just the whole joke?
That was just the whole thing. Yeah, that it's a big grand event for the 136th episode of The Simpsons or something.
That is quite fun, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm having a look at some of them. 30 Rock, apparently, I've never seen it, did 100 part 1, and then I guess the joke is that I'd imagine there was 100 part 2, which I guess was 101. Yeah, I really can't see any. I don't think they're that big of a thing, are they? 100 episode specials.
They are a big thing, yeah, they're a big point.
We can't think of any, though.
Shut up. The 100th episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine was the one where Rosa comes out to her parents. Which is quite a good episode.
It's a good episode, but is it like an 100th special though? Like are they?
No, but it's a nice episode though.
That is a good episode of TV. That's when Holt has that great line about the world gets more interesting when people say who they are or something.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, there we are. Is that enough? Have we answered the question?
Company Picnic is the 100th episode of The Office.
Company. Oh, that's a great episode. To be fair. That's the one where Pam runs over hot coals or something, right?
Oh, that's the one where no, that's you're thinking of Beach Day.
Oh, then what's the picnic one?
Well, the picnic one is the one where it's like Dunder Mifflin, like they have like a big picnic thing where all like the different branches like come together and stuff. And it's the one where they're playing like the volleyball game, and Idris Elba's there.
Oh yes, and he hates Jim.
He hates Jim, yeah, and it's the one where. Pam gets injured, so Jim has to take her to the hospital, but she's also like the best volleyball player on the team as well. But then he has to take her to the hospital, and while they're at the hospital, they find out she's pregnant. Yeah. But they don't say that until like the next episode. But like you see them.
You see that great John Krasinski reaction when he sees
you see that great Jim face.
Yeah. That is a great Jim face. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. I see that they're sneaking in little special events into the hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, there we go.
There we are. Well, anyway,
do we have any tweets? Because don't just leave Twitter out in the cold.
Oh, but I like to.
No, don't. Because people take the time to write in. Right?
All right, I'm looking. This one comes in from Mike Stagg, who says, it's not even fucking episode related at all. Would you rather fight one Cyberman-sized adipose or 10 adipose-sized Cybermen?
Okay. 10 adipose-sized Cybermen, easily. You just kick them, wouldn't you?
Oh, you could probably tip them over, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Cybermen aren't even difficult at the best of times, really. Like,
if you can run faster than them, you're fine.
Yeah, which I can't. But, like,
they've got guns now, though. They shoot you with their lasers.
No, but like the RTD ones don't. But sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just carry big guns. So like sometimes they have guns on their wrists, but then sometimes they just carry guns.
But they've got the benefit of you'd always know where they're coming because they've got that sound of their boots.
Yeah. Cyberman redesign next week. Bit of sizzle.
Oh yeah.
What was I going to say? One Cyberman size adipose could be interesting though, because I mean, what's he going to do at the end of the day? It's just a big baby, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
just
true.
It's just a big dumb fat baby. I'll kill it.
It probably wouldn't even be a threat because they don't want to hurt anyone, do they? The adipose.
I'll kill it.
Throw it off a roof.
I'll run it over with my cab.
Oh yeah, the Partners in Crime cab. We can just consult that bloke, find out what he charges for running the meter 5 seconds to fucking smash into him.
10 grand, am I right?
Yeah, probably. That's probably very accurate. Yeah. All right, the next one comes in from Adam. At Adam is cool 69, which is a sex joke.
Oh, the funny sex number.
Yeah, it is fun. And speaking of funny sex number, the only Doctor Who episode that was written using one hand. ... I feel like that's not true. I feel like there's many that have been written with one hand.
Also, I'm pretty sure my guess is gay.
You can still be horny promiscuous, though, can't you? You can still be creeping through other characters.
I mean, yeah, sure.
He follows up saying, seriously, this episode is weirdly horny, given even Torchwood a run for his money. I don't think it touches Torchwood's horniness.
No. In the first episode, a man dies when he has sex, like from a fucking...
Oh, that is...
I remember watching the first episode of Torchwood with my family.
Can't wait for more Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly, because I was like, I love Doctor Who. Let's watch more of this. Little did I know it was sexy late night Doctor Who, all right? And I was like, oh, what's going on? I didn't know this would happen.
That is true. I forget that's the first episode at all. They really came out the gate swinging with that one, didn't they?
Is that the first episode? It is, isn't it?
It is.
Where
yeah.
they're having sex in the nightclub, and then he came and went, as Jack says.
Fucking hell, grim.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, last one I'll read out. All right, this last one does come in from Joshua Broadhurst. I've always enjoyed this one. It's silly and doesn't take itself seriously, so it'll never be a fan favourite, but it's a harmless little romp that gives our biggest exposure to date to the Paternoster gang. That being said, Matt's northern accent is a hate crime.
Paternoster gang.
Oh, yes, sorry. I read this, it's got one T in this. Does it have two T's? Isn't normal?
It doesn't matter. That would not change your pronunciation of Noster, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the accent's not great, but it's better than yours. So
listen, right? If we're talking about accents, then we got to hold some space for this one. I think it's a good accent.
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, but you're biased. I think other people might think that's okay.
Why am I biased?
Because you hold a special place in your heart for the North. You're very protective of it.
Why do I do that?
Because you're from there.
Okay, so just think about that. If I'm from the North, do you not think I'm more of an authority figure on Northern accents?
I don't disagree that you are more of an authority figure, right? And yours is definitely better than mine, but I'm just saying, I think you discredit
because
mine.
Mine is real, Lawrence, okay? And yours is exaggerated and bad.
Says the sort of Welsh one, according to our reviews.
We don't know that was me.
We know it was you. You say this.
Know.
This is fucking crazy if you think that's not you.
That could be anyone. That could be anyone. Anyway, we've had some fun. We've had some laughs. Thank you to everyone for writing in. There was also just quite a nice few messages in there, like saying congratulations on 100 episodes and everything like that, which were all very nice, but also a little bit self-indulgent. So we don't just want to be like, hey, look at us, we're all great and everything like that.
We're not going to read them out, but they're very nice to read, and we do appreciate them quite a lot.
Thank you very much for everyone who took the time to write in this week. Here's to 100 more. Ooh. Not with Lawrence, he is being replaced.
Then I'll have to wait even longer for the 200 special for me.
Exactly. There won't be one for you.
No. Oh, okay.
You won't even get to the 100th. You're replaced next week.
Oh, shit. All right, fine. All right, thank you so much for listening, everyone. If you've enjoyed the show, you can give us a 5-star review. That would be great. You can tell Nathan that he sounds sort of Welsh. That happens down there from time to time. No.
It happened once, and we don't know.
We know. We all know. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Still Got Legs Pod, and also Blue Sky. We're there now.
Blue Sky.
If you want to share your thoughts on each episode, the link to join the Discord is in the show notes. Like we say, we are still reading emails, so you can still email us over there at stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com.
Come along, tell them Nathan sent you. They'll know what it means.
They'll know. Me and you.
They'll know what it means.
Big thank yous. Thank you to Nina for managing the short form content that we do, and thank you to Pierce for being the best goddamn Discord marshal that ever has been. And
has been doing it for 100 episodes, 100. Both of them.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
I can't believe you guys were there from day one. Great stuff.
Yeah. That would have been great if I didn't fuck it up. And anyway.
If you feel so inclined, we have a Ko-Fi link. If you want to help us out with the running of both the shows, zero pressure to do so. Everyone can enjoy the episodes for free.
Why not donate £100 for the 100th episode?
I'm shutting that down. Speaking of both shows we do, Nathan, what's the other podcast we do?
We do another podcast, Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's called Another Happy Pod. And in just a few weeks, we'll be celebrating our 200th episode on that one with a very special guest. So that'll be a bit of fun.
Guess which one's more popular?
This one.
Yeah.
We talk about pop culture and shit there. Don't worry about it. But it's good fun time, so come join us. Come join us for our 200th. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be a good time.
Presumably people will tune in for that one. So there we go.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Stay beautiful, stay interested in Doctor Who and something else.
We'll see you for the long-awaited 103rd episode. Goodbye. But seriously, though, you are fired.